You reach all we're falling apart. Get up on your heart, but we're still in love. There's a vacancy inside this heart, we could tell. And I think we should check it and go it through hell. Talk about patience, what about the knot we tied? Couldn't get it right this time, so maybe we'll get it right. Sitting on needles, waiting for the best to fire. Can't do it all by myself, so maybe I'll just cry about it. Take my feelings and just lie about it. 'Cause I can't really do without you. So call me just to cry about it. Oh, oh, oh. I cry a lot, you cry a lot, I cry a lot, so tell me just to cry a lot. I cry a lot, you cry a lot, I cry a lot, so tell me just to cry a lot. I want things to remain as they were. Please be mine. Top of mind, but your mind isn't where it should be. No, 'cause it's never with me. Talk about patience, what about the night we tied? We couldn't get it right last time, so maybe we'll get it right. I'm sitting on needles, waiting for the best to fight. Can't do it all by myself, so maybe I'll just cry about it. Take my feelings and just lie about it. 'Cause I can really do without you. So call me just to cry about it. Oh, oh, oh. I cry a lot, you cry a lot, I cry a lot, so tell me just to cry about it. I cry a lot, you cry a lot, I cry a lot, so tell me just to cry about it.
Man, that song got me in a motherfucking chokehold, y'all. That song got me in a motherfucking chokehold. It got me in a motherfucking chokehold. Okay, you know what? I'm glad you mentioned that Akira. I don't even know what the hell Bobby said or did, but we need to bring him up too, okay? All right, what's going on, you guys? What is today? Is today Friday? Damn, it's Friday already? It seems like time is just going by so freaking fast. Damn, I feel like I was just telling y'all TGIF, and now we're TGIFing all over again. Jesus Christ. And you know what, Nurse Moonshine? I need to get him up and call in line too. That's something I need to bring into the equation for 2026. All right, what's going on, you guys? TGIF. Hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Friday. I just had a lovely shower. I got me a good meal in the oven right now. I went grocery shopping, or somebody grocery shopped for me today, of course, with my damn coin. It's been a great Friday. I feel tired. I do feel tired. I don't feel like I slept long enough. I had quality sleep, but I didn't get enough of it. So yeah, a nigga needs a nap. But hope you guys are here. We're not going to be here for a long time, only a good time. Before we get into the thizzle, my nizzle, go ahead and run the likes all the way up. Thumbing up the video not only helps the YouTube algorithm, but more importantly, it triggers up YouTube's notification system. So when you are thumbing up the video, you are literally knocking on the digital door of another conscious crew member and telling them to get their black asses into the sanctuary. If you also enjoy everything that King does here, you can always donate to the platform at $Consciouztv and or paypal.me/ConsciouzTV. All donation information is in the description box below, and that's Conscious spelled with a Z on the end, just like it is here on the old nasty piece of channel. Also, if you have any love, monetary love for Bubs, you can always send his donations to my Cash App as well. Just make sure that you put Bubs in the note. Also, make sure that you have your notification bell set to all. And last but not least, please share the stream out to wherever it is you have digital community, whether that be a YouTube community wall, your Snapchat, your MySpace, the dark side of Twitter, Tumblr, or your personal OF. I don't really give a damn where you, in fact, lay the link. Set them whores know that we're loud, live, and in color. And with no further ado, let's go ahead and push on through.
I know a place where you can recharge your soul.
Baby, that's Consciouztv.
And in the midst of brokenness, he gon' see your asshole.
Baby, that's Consciouztv.
You gon' heal, you gon' laugh and catch a little shade.
Ooh, girl.
Y'all know he be slaying, y'all better stop playing. Come hear what he's saying.
Ladies and gentlemen.
What's going on, Bubs? The good?
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Kang, what's going on, Conscious Crew? Can y'all hear me good?
Yes, we can hear you loud, live, and in color. TGIF.
Same to y'all.
How are you feeling? What is going on? And tell the folk where they can find you at out here on these YouTube Skyreets.
Again, everything is cool. Y'all can find me here on YouTube, Bubs the Guy, Instagram, Bubs the Guy. I will say Cash App, but we're still working on that. So again, until then, Consciouztv. Yeah, I'm ready to get into the conversation.
Period. So while we're waiting for that, I need to pull up because I forgot that Bobby Lights apparently responded to something regarding Mr. EJ, and I saw here it is. I don't know what this is, but we're gonna get it. Bobby Lights reacts to EJ Johnson claiming he's not attracted to gay men. Okay, all right, we're going to get into that. And we're going to get into some things here. It's a lot going on. Are you coming up or down?
No, I'm gonna be down tonight.
Down, okay.
Relax.
Well, I guess I'm going to be up tonight.
Yes, come through Beyonce. It's your time.
Ooh, y'all, I'm like, I just feel, I feel I just feel tired. But it's like a good tired. It's a good tired. It's not like I'm exhausted. I feel a little loopy. All right. What's going on, my Spirit boy? Hey,
What's
mother.
Hey.
Shout out to Spirit Boy TV. Make sure you guys follow my boo on YouTube at Spirit Boy TV, as well as Spirit Boy on Instagram. Spirit Boy, are you going to be covering this topic as well on your platform, or you letting this one slide on down? The rest of the girls, honey, because it's a lot going on in this conversation that is being had around EJ. The conversation seems to have gone a little bit viral. I know that Dominique Morgan responded to it. I know that there's TikTok conversations happening, and then one of my favorite content creators on here, SaySoTV, also responded or gave a commentary in the reaction video. And we're kind of going to be using his video to react to EJ, as well as reacting to some of the talking points of SaySoTV. So make sure that you guys subscribe to SaySoTV, and also put his link in the description box, as well as Bub's link as well to his channel. So both channel links are listed below. And SaySoTV is supposed to be joining us over here on the Consciouztv platform this month. So we're going to be doing a collaboration, and I'm super excited for that collaboration. I find his mind to be interesting, and while I don't agree with everything, I still find it so very fascinating. And I think that there's a lot of middle ground
Agreed.
that's able to be reached between like the way he approaches things, the way that we approach things. So I'm interested in bringing both heads together. Spitter Boy says, I'm getting my thoughts together now. So much truth, but yet so much delusion. My God, today I look forward to it. Feel it. What's going on, y'all? Hey, Jonathan. What's going on, Lauren? Hey, everybody. Hey, Tracy. Hey, honey. Hey, sweet love. Hey, Queen B. Moore. Hey, Coach Leslie, hey boo, hey Nurse Moonshine, hey everybody. All right, so I don't want to keep y'all for a long time, only a good time. So let's go ahead and get into the thing, shall. So EJ, how you think we should do this? You think that we should just open up with SaySo's commentary?
I think we should hear a little bit of EJ without SaySo's commentary so that we can get like a full context before we get into his perspective.
Let me go to the minute mark. He starts talking about his preferences, child. Now, okay. So before we get there, we got to talk a little bit about EJ's gender. So a lot of people were kind of confused about whether EJ identifies as trans. So EJ did clarify that they're not trans, but they also prefer feminine pronouns. So them, they, her, she. EJ doesn't really prefer the masculine pronouns, but it's not trans either. So I will be referring to EJ as EJ or as they or as them or in the she and hers because that's what she wants. It's a FYI. Okay. How about you, Bubs?
Ask the question one more time. I'm sorry.
No, I just
said, are we ready?
No, I'll be referring to EJ in the feminine or in the they and them because they said in this interview that they're not trans, but they do prefer the feminine. They don't really prefer the masculine pronouns.
Oh yeah, I agree. That's the way that they want to show up. So I'm going to honor it as such.
Yes. Which while I'm there, I'm going to say, to me, it just means that EJ identifies more with feminine energy. And that's where they are the most comfortable. And that's the energy that they rock and roll in the majority of the time. And I keep telling people that like femininity and identifying as woman are two different things. A lot of people think that feminine people want to be a woman. No. That's not true. Femininity is not exclusive to women. Femininity, flamboyancy, those are things that are just exclusive to whomever. Like you can be a feminine person. You can be a feminine male without wanting to be a woman. Like for me, I have feminine traits. I embrace my feminine traits. And I have no desire to live or show up or identify as a woman.
Same here.
But yet, I embrace my femininity and identify as male. And I love all of that kind of carrying on and all them shenanigans for me. How do you identify in energy and in gender, Bubs?
For me, as far as the energy is concerned, I'm opening myself up to kind of be more balanced with my feminine energy. I was naturally feminine growing up, and I had learned to suppress that. So now as an adult, I'm learning how to let that young Bubs who was snuffed out come out again, because that's where a lot of my gifts and talents, the answers that I'm looking for is there. So I embrace some of my feminine energy, even though I am a cis, like you mentioned, cisgendered male. I may have more of a masculine appearance and even masculine expressions, but I'm also willing to be balanced with my feminine. So if somebody called me girl or bitch or whatever the case may be, I'm not going to be pressed because I understand where it's coming from.
And sometimes you use girl.
Yeah. So
come on, progressive tops. I love that for you.
Thank you.
All right, so let's get into Carlos King, honey. This is next piece of fair use, and let's get into the part of the conversation that got all the girls talking in the yard.
Telling you what's going down. And
oh, wait a minute, I forgot. I don't have to switch my microphone actually because I got my speaker working today.
Hey.
And yeah, we had that conversation, and it was
you know, it was very easy because I just told them, you know, flat out, like, I was like, this is, you know, who I am, and this is how we're moving and grooving and going forward. And, you know, even like son, I was like, you know, the world tried to give me that label, like Magic Johnson's son. And I was like, well, he's dead. And now there is Miss Thing. Like, we're not doing that either. So, you know, it was, you know, it wasn't like a big conversation, but I think what I loved about it was so easy, you know, because we just said it and they were like, oh, okay. You know, we'll do our best to understand that.
I'm beaming right now.
Yeah.
I think you could tell because I'm so proud of you. Not that you need me to say that, but I feel like you're freeing a lot of gay or however they, because I agree with you, is however you identify yourself. But I wish growing up I had someone like you.
I think we all wish,
you know,
at least we all wish somebody was there, you know,
Yeah.
no matter who it is, you know, like somebody to say something, because like, especially between our years, like we didn't have anybody.
No, and this conversation to me is so important because people can watch this and say, finally, someone's saying something how I feel, because I got a little like, you know, the hairs rose up on my skin when you said, I don't want to say coming out anymore. Like, this is who I am, and I don't even need your acceptance. Like,
I think it's important. It
Yeah.
really is an important part of the discussion that no one, I don't think, is talking about. But like I said, you have to, if you're going to do something, do it for yourself, number one. And number two, when you go out, like, I think that's when everyone gets hurt, you know, it's like, or everyone, you know, has those traumatic experiences because they're hoping, they're searching for the validation, they're searching for the acceptance, and like sometimes it doesn't come, and that's also okay. Like if you need to be like leave your home or leave your family, like whenever it is safe for you to do so,
Lead them niggers.
go. You know, it's like, and also too, it's like that term, you know, the idealized family, like it doesn't exist. It is what you make of it. Like you don't have to stay if everyone's treating you poorly. You know, you don't have to be involved if you're not getting what you need. You don't have to do anything, you know, honestly. And yeah, you know, and I think like the image of, you know, my family was nice and healing for the world, but it wasn't like I didn't struggle, you know, there wasn't difficulties to get there, you know, in terms of getting to that point. And I think that also too, it's like, you can't just like wipe away, you know, just like understand that, like, you know, sometimes they're there and then sometimes they're not. And that doesn't make you, it doesn't make your story any less, you know, powerful. If you weren't given, you know, if those, you know, people aren't going to stand behind you
Yeah.
and give you that love that you need, then go find some other people who will.
Yeah.
Hello.
I just wanted to ask you this because
Anything you want to say on that? Or
No, I mean, I agree with that. Like, as we will see later on with some of SaySoTV's commentary, there is a societal perspective, or shall I say, expectation placed on all of us, especially before we're even born. Once they know, oh, you have a male or female on the way, automatic expectations. And people think that because EJ has a father who is, if I'm not mistaken, a multimillionaire, possibly billionaire, just all this money, that all of the problems are resolved. And it's like, no, y'all believe that we're a perfect family because we have the financial means to put up the appearance that we got that going on. But if you really knew what was happening, so, and the fact for their father to be an individual who, again, no shade, ended up contracting something that y'all say the gays get, no shade, but also had a child who was of the queer community and was able to love and affirm them. Meanwhile, that's not a lot of the realities of other queer people, unfortunately, especially those of color. So I appreciate EJ being honest in this moment to say, hey, look, I know y'all might have a perspective or idea of what y'all think my experience is, but this is what it really is. And I have problems too. I have issues too, you know, and they're being able to work through it. So I appreciate that. And the fact that they are feminine presenting, despite what the internet may say, they're still choosing to love themselves and know that they're going to get what they want. No shade. So
yeah, I'm seeing some comments in the chat from Nubian bro who says there's a lot of prejudice in the LGBT community and lots of colorism issues. Yes, the LGBT community is not a perfect community. It's just a community like any other community. And when you're Black and LGBT, all the issues in the hetero community and the Black community bleed into the Black LGBT experience on top of having the unique experience of the LGBT community. And the LGBT community is still one of the youngest communities in development. So there's a lot that we still have to work through. There's a lot of shaving off, a lot of the heteronormativity that bleeds over into our experience that we have to confront. There's a lot of social norms that we have to undo and unpack. If you're Black and LGBT, you have to confront the colorism, the racism, all those things overlap into the LGBT experience, which is why I always say that I feel like our community needs to sit down with fucking Iyanla for a few seasons, because there's a lot of things that we're not confronting socially and culturally that still impact us individually and anecdotally. And those things show up in our friendships. They show up in our romance. They show up in the way we are sexual and sensual. They infuse and influence our attractions, the way that we see ourselves. And when you are when you are a minority within a minority within a minority within a minority within a minority, pretty much you're like on the bottom of the totem pole when it comes to the hierarchy of society. You're going to have the grueling task of the weight and the avalanche of all the fuckery that exists in the system, once again, on top of also trying to figure out what this unique individual experience even is as well, and what that looks like for you. So the level of shadow work and dismantling, I think a lot of people underestimate as it relates to being LGBT and identifying as same gender loving, or Black and same gender loving, Black and trans, Black and non-binary, because Black people are still working out the issues of colorism, of sexism, of misogyny, of patriarchy, colorism, featureism, texturism. These are all things that are still, that we haven't even as Black people, before you even nuance it to Black man, Black woman, Black LGBT, Black disabled, Black able, like before you even nuance it, just collectively, we haven't even finished unpacking, resolving, healing, transcending, and liberating ourselves from those things. So it's also very quantified when you are also queer and you're Black. Your queerness, you live within the prejudice of trans and homophobia. Your Blackness is wrapped up in racism and the blowback and the blowback and the blowback and the blowback. It's just layers of blowbacks, like layers of blowbacks. So maneuvering through, empowering through all of that is a lot. And we're not going to figure that out today. We're not going to be healed tomorrow. But as long as we keep moving forward, as long as every community, every minority community continues to push forward, eventually there will come a day where those communities will be resolved. But that day definitely ain't too motherfucking day. The Black community ain't resolved. The Black LGBT community ain't resolved. Woman's community ain't resolved. Black man's community ain't resolved. Hetero people's community ain't resolved. White folks community damn sure ain't resolved. Them hoes probably got the most work to actually do, because they need to ask themselves collectively and culturally why the fuck they created all this other shit for the rest of us who having to unpack it and heal it.
Come on.
But that's also a whole nother story that'd have us here for 5 hours. So let's move along. Unless you got something you want to add to what I just said.
No, I agree with everything that you said. Like, shout out, I'm going to mention a YouTuber. and I can't wait for CTV and this person to sit down and talk, because I feel like it will be good conversations. There's an individual by the name of Boss Man, known as, well, we call him Boss Man, but his name is The Objectivist Podcast. And I have learned so much from this individual as far as being able to talk to people who are heterosexual, who are willing to be honest about things. And it's like, one thing that he stated that I do agree with is everybody should focus on their own community. Clean up your own community. That's how you do it. And a lot of people want everybody else to do the work, but they don't want to do the work at all. It's like, no. I remember you said a long time ago, especially in my situation, you may not be responsible for the mess that someone has put in your life as far as them producing it, but you are responsible for the cleanup because it's your life. And I think a lot of people, especially in the context of the queer community, definitely need to have that conversation, because the fact that we're sitting here and not having those conversations or afraid to have those conversations is a reason why there is a loneliness epidemic, is a reason why the drug use is incredibly high, alcoholism is incredibly high, domestic violence is incredibly high. And then because we don't work on that, now we give other individuals basically bullets and ammunition to use against us. So yes, I do believe that everybody needs to sit their ass down on Iyanla's couch and probably roll one up or something, and let's all cry together, okay? Let's all sob together, especially men.
Oh, period.
Especially men.
Hey, Josh. Okay, let's get back to life, back to EJ's reality.
Okay.
Obviously, like I said, you're the offspring of a legend that is in a that was in a sport that is heavily male dominated, obviously, and just like, you know, the locker room talk and
Masculine.
yes, hyper masculine. And I just remember, you know, when you emerged and all of the talks about, like, you know, oh my God, Magic Johnson's son, instead of playing a basketball, he's wearing a dress and all those things. And a lot of it obviously was from the Black community. When it comes to the Black community, especially the gay Black community, did you feel like they accepted you?
Well, again, I wasn't really looking. Like there was just so much, you know, that happened at that time that I wasn't like looking. Like I don't care about to be accepted in a community or to be a part of a community. You know, I think that I just wasn't in it. Like I wasn't a part. You know, when I was living my life, you know, growing up, it's just like I was, you know, I had school and I had all these.
And mind you, EJ's lived experience is also informed by wealth and class. He's insulated within money, and within a certain level of privilege. So community in that sense may be something that EJ could have afforded to not give a fuck about, while other people who exist outside of those privileges would have needed and found community necessary for survival and navigation through the system.
Places, and I had my friends. It's like if I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, you know, these communities or these people are mad. Like, I mean, like, let them be mad. But like, you know, like I don't, you know, it's just like I really could care less. That's all I have to say. You know, it's like even when people were like, oh, you know, I think somebody asked me like, oh, well, what did your church think? I was like, well, number one, I never had a church. Like my parents went to church, but like I didn't go because I wanted to go. I wasn't a part of that community. I was there because I was made to be there.
Okay.
Like,
and we're going to kind of speed through this because EJ just practically says he doesn't give a fuck. So we're just going to speed through that.
That's a single solitary one.
Just going to get to the preference conversation.
Y'all hit
Hey,
that
paying
like
them bills, so
button.
y'all please run the likes all the way up and share, and subscribe if you're new here. Oh yeah,
Run them up like how the Whisper getting his whole run down right now.
I might need to do this pre-recorded sometime so that I don't have to go through ads and just all of this. We can just kind of get to
girl,
it.
I'll tell you how I do it. But go ahead.
Johnny, preach. When what were your thoughts when you saw what Dwayne Wade's now daughter?
I thought that this shit, I thought I had it at the right time. Sam. Let me see.
Going to enter into a relationship, then
Okay,
you
here
know,
we go. Let's go back a little bit.
viewpoints of the world that are being challenged. Obviously, Dwayne and I think we spoke on Instagram, and we're just like, if she needs anything, like, you can definitely let me know. And she went to my high school as well, so
Okay.
yeah, we have some similarities. But I mean, it was just one of those things where it's like, more power to you. You got to do what you got to do. It's one of those things where it's like, there's nothing really I can say or do, because like that's your journey.
Yeah.
And they also said some horrible and stupid things about her, and the same thing, they were so horrible, stupid things they were saying about me. So it's like, here we are again. But it's like, it's like, that's why you narrow it down. It's like, I'm not going up against anything that I actually really need to be concerned about, because these are all everybody else's fears and everybody else's, concerns and everybody else's viewpoints of the world that are being challenged by somebody living their truth or living their life the way they want to live it. Like, it's just absurd. It's just absurd. But I'm happy that she's happy. And I'm not sure what she's doing with her life at this point, but I wish her the best.
Yeah. Are you dating now?
I am outside.
Okay, here we go.
Outside.
Y'all.
I had to get a little more serious though, I think, in this new year for sure. I think before I was kind of just like,
wait, no. This is not it either, because it's like two separate parts. So we're gonna go to SaySo's, because SaySo already got the edits in here. Okay, so let's do SaySo. Shout out to SaySoTV.
That is ultimately what got the show picked up. But also, in terms of the gender and sexualities and stuff like that, it was very important because that happens. I don't attract gay men, and I'm not attracted to gay men. Like, it's just not a thing.
Tell me more about that.
I think, like, if you ask any of the girls, like, they'll tell you the same. And I think they're just labels. That's why, like, I don't care what, like, I'm dating someone. I'm like, I don't care what you identify as or what you call yourself, as long as you're happy being who you are.
You and your.
But no, but to be honest, it's like, that's why I don't go to gay clubs. I don't go to, gay things, because it's like the men that I attract are not there. And also, like, they're like, they kind of like wave you off. You're just like, oh, that, hey girl, like, it's not, you're not in here like the rest of us are. It's just, it's always, but I never really understood it until now, because before, when I would go and I just was like, there's something about this room. It's like, it's almost like they don't want me here. Like, I'm not really in it here, because I'm not presenting as a man. I'm not presenting in that way.
And to be clear, the gay community room.
Yeah.
Your own community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not like a shameful thing, or just like, oh, they're mean to me. But it's like, these are not my men in terms of attraction. Now, if I'm just going to have a kiki, sure. But like, these are not the men that are interested in me in that capacity. But no, to be honest, I do that when I go to the straight rooms.
So. So, has it always been that way for you in terms of
SaySoTV making that face be having me screaming?
When it comes to men, has it always been what some people consider the straight guy always being the one that would approach you?
Or somebody who, has been intimate and dating, women for most of their life, or like up until then, for sure. Absolutely. It has always been that way, but now it's like even more so. Now that I definitely present in more of a feminine way, because also, like, it's like my energy is that.
Are you dating now?
I am outside. Definitely outside. I had to get a little more serious though, I think, in this new year for sure. I think before I was kind of just like enjoying myself and kind of just like dating to date, but now I'm being much more strategic about it. And it's like, if we're not actually going to enter into a relationship, then you know, and I think that's where you have to put the boundaries up with the so-called straight guys, because they'll just try to like put you off to the side or like keep you in the dark, and like, I'm not living in the shadows anymore.
Have you ever dated somebody that was DL?
Sure, for sure.
Okay, so that part is it right there, because I have a lot that I want to say. But you want to go first, Bubs? Or
I mean, in reference to, because I know that the problem or the issue that a lot of people had was like EJ saying, "Oh, I don't date gay men, I date straight men,"
and
or
also
go ahead.
and also said that gay men don't date them.
Yes, and the gay men don't date them as well. So
Mhm.
again, because of how society has set everything up, and y'all gonna hear a little bit of SaySoTV reinforce that, it creates the environments for there to be so much low-key femphobia, to where it's like when someone is walking in their truth, the people that really want them can't even walk in their truth. But then again, because we've been conditioned that, oh, anything feminine is wrong, regardless of where it is on the spectrum, especially when it comes down to gay men, there's like a denigration there, because you will have two feminine gay men going back and forth with each other about, oh, well, you're not really a top, or you're this or not that. Like, again, reinforcing these gender roles. And it's just interesting to see that. So, of course, there are going to be men that are going to mess around with EJ, but not be willing to walk in their truth, because the ones that are walking in their truth are afraid to be with EJ, because not everybody in their truth. Does that make sense?
Sure.
I hope that made sense.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's just weird. And again, as we'll listen to SaySoTV's commentary, you will see where he's coming from, and he's speaking more so from like a general societal expectation type of perspective, as opposed to the free-flowing perspective that it really is. Because EJ is still pulling individuals. There are individuals that do find EJ attractive. It's just that they're not willing to walk in their truth to honor EJ in the way that EJ wants to be honored in. And I think a lot of people want to be with somebody who actually loves them for who they are, not just because they want to sleep with them.
So you just touched on some things too. That somebody said that they're hearing feedback. It's probably because of my speaker, which Buzz probably gonna have to go on mute whenever I do turn it back on. Can you hear me, Bubs?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, cool. So you just said something interesting, right? So I think that there's a misunderstanding about even this femme mass thing when we're talking about desirability and who's more desirable within the community. Is it masculine presenting men? Is it femme presenting men? Is it in between presenting men? Our community definitely does a great job at pushing the propaganda of masculinity as a hierarchy. But the reason why I say propaganda is because in all actuality, I don't see that shit in my life. And I don't see that shit in the lives of no queer people that I know, because everybody in the community is getting fucked.
Oh.
Everybody in the community is getting bagged and body bagged every night and day. And my lived experience, I actually see more in-betweens or femmes as couples than I do masculine on masculine.
Oh, sure.
Especially within the white queer community, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But even going back to the talking point that you were saying about, like, because I think that EJ, and I think that a lot of people listening to EJ think that EJ is experiencing a certain level of rejection because EJ is attracted to masculinity, and EJ is not walking around with a level of desirability that will make EJ wanted in that way in terms of establishing a relationship. But the reality is that whether you're mass presenting in this community or film presenting in this community, this is a community of men. And men in general have commitment issues. So getting almost anyone to commit in this community is a thing. Bubs would know. Bubs is a top. And Bubs is pretty masculine presenting. Bubs is also sincerely attracted to them presenting gay men and prefers them. That's what gets the blood rushing to his male part. And based upon the way Bubs' personal life has been set up, you would think he's the fucking bottom. The way Bubs' love life has been set up, girl, and this chase for fidelity and monogamy and commitment, you would think he's the damn bottom in the situation. And he's the whole top within a community of bottoms who are claiming that they want their knight in shining armor. They want their big Herculean, masculine, strictly top folk. And yet Bubs could easily ask, hell, where are they? As the bottoms asks, where are the tops? And so I don't think a lot of the surface level conversation that we have and a lot of the surface messaging that exists within the community is necessarily true to what's really going on. I think there are layers to this issue. And I think that commitment is also like a big factor here when talking about the same gender loving community. I mean, even women find it hard to get true commitment from men. So then imagine an all males community. If we're even comparing and contrasting this mass to femme situation, women ain't having no better in the commitment department than femme men are. Last time I checked, the divorce rates were through the roof. The last time I checked, traditional monogamy is going extinct. The last time I checked, and we're talking about the hetero check marks here. So there's something that's happening, period, within the culture of us. Every community seems to be experiencing it and being hit with it and trying to unpack what and why it is. And I don't think that these issues are as simplistic as simply desirability or simply who's mask and who's femme and how that works at a surface level. I fear that even if EJ was open to dating in-betweens or other femmes, that EJ still may be sitting on a goddamn couch talking about they outside instead of a down and out married to the love of their life. They still very well would be sitting on that goddamn couch, possibly, as many qualified, eligible, single, gay, and same-gender loving individuals are, who got their money together, their economy together, their body together, their lifestyle together, and yet are sitting on somebody's couch still outside, masculine, in between, and femme, and all of those things. But before I go any further, anything you want to say?
No, you hit the nail on the head with that. You hit the nail on the head with that. I mean, this shit is deeper than what we've been told that it is. You know what I'm saying? Which is why, again, I appreciate people that walk in their freedom. And even with me being attracted to more feminine men, if you will. I'm sorry, I'm also playing this game while I'm doing this, and you can't pause it. So you gotta play and not die. But another reason why I'm attracted to feminine men is because they have to walk in their especially if they're naturally feminine, they have to walk in their truth. And a lot of people try to assimilate or try to blend. And I spent a big part of my life playing that game. It's like, no, I want to be with somebody who is going to love me for who I really am, and not just, you know, behind closed doors, but publicly. You know what I'm saying? Because it's more than just sex. You know what I mean? So being with feminine men, you have to be confident, and I feel like a lot of people just don't want to put in the work to actually be fucking confident. They want to just have loopholes, and that's fine. But hey,
Yeah.
teach his
And,
own, right?
and look at how you have biological women in the chat, hetero biological women who are experiencing the same drought. And who's the common denominator? Men. So there's so there's a autopsy that has to be thoroughly done, because a lot of what we're talking about is not exclusive to the same gender loving community. It's exclusive to any community in this particular country that's dealing with men, period, whether it's masculine men or any degree of men, heterosexual men or same gender loving men. And we need to explore that
Yeah.
on
Agreed.
on a meticulous level, because this is far past some skin deep shit. It's far past some surface level arithmetic. Now, I also want to talk about some of the other things that I heard EJ say. To me, even when EJ was talking about the whole label thing, like, I'm not into labels, I'm not into labels, I'm not into labels. That conversation a lot of times sounds all over the place, especially when progressive people go to speak. EJ said that they don't like labels and don't care how a person identifies, but also said that they don't date gays, but do date straight guys. I believe those are labels. And if EJ is saying that they don't and wouldn't date a gay guy, then does that mean that even if a gay guy was presenting in a masculine way, that EJ still would maybe be turned off or off-put because they wear the label or identify as gay? And also, there's a lot of conversation happening around what does EJ mean by fucking straight? Straight is straight. Who is dating EJ as a man and identifying as a man, as a straight man, but dating EJ? So this is interesting to me. I think that this is kind of when people go to speak, they're not always intentional. So I think that what EJ is actually referring to is I date masculine men more so than I date straight men.
Right.
Because obviously a heterosexual man is not interested in EJ for obvious reasons. But there is a caveat here. There are men who are, in fact, Gyophilia, which is a person who is aroused sensually and romantically attracted to feminine presenting people. In that, you could be a femme presenting biological woman. In that, you can be a femme presenting trans woman. In that, you could be a femme presenting cis male. It's the femininity that these particular men are sensually and romantically attracted to. I have to assume that these are the type of men that EJ is referring to, is either masculine presenting bisexual or gay men who maybe pass in such a way that they have passing privilege. They are mistaken as straight, but EJ also said that the men that they have been with have also routinely been involved with women. So these may very well just be pansexuals or bisexuals, or once again, men who are gynophilia and identify and are aroused by femininity. And that allows for there to be space for someone like EJ to end up dating or in a sensual experience with another man who routinely dates women for the obvious reasons, because women are mostly feminine presenting in all their ways. But these men can and do dip off into various other ponds where femininity exists. Hell, I ain't trying to put all the goddamn Bubs Carfax on the goddamn
I already
forefront,
told him myself. But go ahead.
but I think that Bubs may be a gynophilia male himself, because he actually was in a relationship with a very effeminate person who was damn near transitioning
Yeah.
and really kind of toying with the idea of transitioning and would present sometimes as a woman. And I found that to be very interesting. Do you want to say anything to that, Bubs?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I realize as I'm learning and I'm educating myself, especially like how the world actually works outside of what we've been indoctrinated to believe. It's actually more fluid than what we believe it to be. Like I said, everything is deeper than what it really is. And I never thought that I would have had that experience, but I had the experience and it did something for me. You know what I'm saying? You grow, you evolve, you change over time. You know what I mean? And who knows? Even with me being what you said, gynophilic. What is it called again? Gynophilic. Philia. Gynophilic.
Gynophilia male.
There is a possibility that who
11,
knows?
11
I
too.
might manifest. Shout out to the 1111. I might manifest an experience where I may date someone who is masculine, and in some way it may work for me. Like again, I'm willing to be open. Do you know what I mean? Like yes, I can only operate in where it is that I am now. You know what I mean? So if you would have asked the old Bubs if any of this would have happened, they probably would have said no, hell no. But I mean, here's the truth. You know what I mean? And I do believe there's a lot of projection and fear that's happening, because I think the one thing that EJ said that I think all of us want, regardless of where you are across the board, is that you want someone that is a good person and that's going to treat you right, that's going to make you happy and satisfied. That's what we all want. So if people walk in their truth, even though my truth is different from everybody's truth in reference to the unique expression of it, energetically, when you walk in what's true for you, you're going to get what's yours, point blank, period. And like CTV said, when you are trying to you can have anything that you want in this reality. You just have to give up your idea of how you're going to get there and let it fucking happen. We continue.
Christopher Law says that EJ said that they go to straight spaces. Yes, but what EJ, and you know, it's a conversation. So, you know, like people just be casually talking and not kind of sometimes realizing that they're talking to the world when they're talking to the world, and maybe need to speak more intentionally and more meticulously. But even with EJ saying that they go to straight spaces, it doesn't mean that the men in those spaces are straight. Like bisexual men frequent straight spaces. Masculine presenting men frequent straight spaces. Trans attracted men frequent straight spaces. Gynophilia men frequent straight spaces. So just because EJ perceives that a space is predominantly heterosexual, just like plenty of women who may be going out to what they think is a hetero club, hub, pub, or bar, may think that, well, obviously all of the men here must be straight. No, ma'am. Don't ever assume that. I mean, bisexual men exist. So bisexual men would be in a straight space too. Trans-attracted men would be in a straight space too. Gynophilia men would be in a straight space as well. It does not mean that these men are straight, and by some definitions, they aren't. If they are sleeping with EJ, who doesn't even identify as trans, but just presents and lives as a effeminate male, and lives from the feminine energy and lives from the divine feminine, but does not identify as trans. So I think the way EJ spoke, you know, it it led to more confusion than what was really necessary. Like, you know, somebody who speaks more intentionally would have narrated a little bit differently. Now here's what's interesting too, is that EJ said that, you know, they don't date gays and the gays don't date EJ. There are gay men who are attracted to feminine presenting males. I mean, once again, Bubs is one of them. I'm one of those gay men. I don't have a preference regarding energy. I don't have a preference regarding mannerisms. I have dated and have had good sex, good dick down, whoppy, sloppy, pornographic, hardcore, ass clapping, hole stretching, throat opening.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. Swang and bang sessions.
Open the eyes
with,
of my heart, Lord.
With very effeminate gay men. Obviously, I've been with in-betweens. I've been with verse. But ironically, to EJ's point, I too am somebody who is largely desired, even though I'm a fine bitch. So I don't have a problem with desirability across the board. Like, really, a little bit everybody's attracted to me. The femme, the mass, the in-between, the verse, the bottoms, the tops, the versatile bottoms, the versatile tops, the versatile bottoms, the tops. Like, I ain't never had that issue. But the men that definitely probably seek me fluidly and consistently are masculine presenting men. And some of them identify as straight, and that's okay for them to label themselves that, but I wouldn't consider them straight, obviously, if we're dealing together romantically and sexually. And I really want to dispel this idea that in between or feminine presenting men don't bag niggas, because all I do, baby, I got a hefty bag over my shoulder with nothing but niggas in it. I ain't never had no problem with no dick, with no ass, with no nothing. And I'm talking about, I'm a nigga who is very versatile in the way that I present aesthetically. Makeup, hair, weave, lace fronts, extensions, lipstick, blush, highlighter, painted nails. I dress urban. I dress unisex. I present effeminately, masculinely. I don't ever have no issues. So I don't know where this idea comes from that feminine presenting men don't bag niggas. And I ain't talking about just sexually, I'm talking about romantically as well, because all of my exes have been masculine and bi or straight presenting men. And not just straight or bi presenting men, but men who live out in the open as not only masculine, but openly queer and openly same gender loving or openly LGBT as well. My nigga now is bisexual. My nigga now predominantly dates women. My nigga has passing a privilege. Women fuck on him, come on to him, etc. These are the type of men that predominantly are interested in me and who want me around to be a new addition to the family. And as you can see, I'm in green hair and all, bitch. Bitch, I'm outside. I'm really outside. I'm really outside, bitch. I'm as rainbow and as creative and as loud and as stylistic and as in your fucking face as it's going to fucking get. And niggas choose me. Niggas ring me. Niggas fiance me. Out loud. As you can see, we're in the daylight. We got a day walking type of love. It's sunny side up.
Says Sunday side
In
up.
this
Shut
picture,
up.
my love, I'm not tucked away in some drawer. I'm not tucked away in some goddamn a cubby hole. Okay, so I don't know who the hell all these motherfuckers. I don't know where this misconception comes from, bull. You know that femme presenting and niggas who baby, I'm in the bust downs. I'm in the side parts. The baby hairs are laid. Like a man problem where? And once again, it's sunny side up here. We're not in the sewers and underground of society living our lives. I'm an in-law.
Oh.
And my nigga is a proud girl, all smiles, all love. Put it up on YouTube, put it up on Instagram, put it up everywhere. So this is why I call it LGBT propaganda. Because I don't see this. I don't see it. I mean, at the very surface, superficial level, like when we get to talk about the community, yeah, the community is going to talk masculine, trade, dominant. But in reality, like in the real world, not in the podcast world, not in the social media world, not in this world, not in the digital world, not in this space where everybody say every goddamn thing. Like if you let black men tell it, they don't fuck with black women, but all they're doing is fucking with black women.
Okay.
You know, like if you let the internet tell it, girl, dark-skinned women are not desired. Dark-skinned women are bagging all the dick. Like if you let the internet tell it, and what I'm saying is not to also denote that there's not separatism and that there's not a preference conversation to be had. There absolutely is. But I'm also saying that some of that conversation is shallow and is exacerbated and exaggerated. Because when people get into the internet space, people just go ball to the wall in their thoughts. They go balls to the wall in their talking points. They go balls to the wall, and oftentimes their talking points are also infused with biasness. It's infused with hurt, and it's infused with a desire to utilize this space to assert what it is you think you want. But in reality, man, motherfuckers is getting down. In reality. Now, once again, there are people who have problems in these areas. And to some degree, I can admit that maybe, bitch, I'm speaking from a place of fucking privilege because I don't have them goddamn problems.
Right.
Now, why I don't have them problems, I don't know. Maybe I'm just cuter than the rest of these hoes. I don't know. Maybe a bitch just got that sauce. I don't know what it is. But I can acknowledge that maybe I'm speaking from a place of privilege, but I'm also not just speaking my experience. I don't see a lot of what if you let social media tell it. I don't see that in my actual life. Even all of my dark-skinned homegirls, they're married. They have husbands. They have long-term partners. Once again, also not denoting that colorism does not impact dating. It does. Fat and femme preferences do impact dating. I'm not saying these things don't exist. I'm not saying they don't exist. But I'm just saying something also is clearly missing from the way we're talking about these things because it's not also quite reality either. It's not quite the reality that we speak about it in. Now, something that I think is also interesting. Thank you, babes, and so are you, honey. Not because y'all stop it, okay? I was being facetious. I mean, I am a cute bitch. Maybe that is my privilege, but once again, this ain't about me, okay?
I'm screaming.
But here's another thing, because this is going to be the full circle solution when it comes to our community. Whether you're mass presenting in this community, whether you're in between presenting in this community, or whether you're flat out full on film presenting in this community. You know what I want everybody in our community to do, Bubs?
What's that?
I want everybody in our community to love themselves to such a degree that you will love yourself in another motherfucker.
That part, I agree.
I want you as a film presenting person to love yourself so much and to be so attracted to what you are that you attracted to that same energy in presentation outside of yourself. I want you to love yourself so much as a masculine presenting individual that you love your masculinity in another motherfucker as well. I want you to love your in-betweenness and your androgyny to such a degree, baby, that you love that androgyny in other people. Because if we would stop compartmentalizing attraction in that way, like, oh, I think I'm cute this way, but I don't think somebody else is cute that way, that there's a malady in that system. There's a malady in that type of thinking. There's something incongruent about that. I think I'm cute presenting in my hair, my weave, my painted nails, my girl this, my girl that, my bitch this, my bitch that. I have the audacity to wear that and think that I'm sexy in all of that, and then have the unmitigated goddamn all to rebuke it in someone else sexually and sensually. Baby, we got to do the autopsy on that. We got to do the maintenance. We got to do the surgery. Okay, I don't know where the hell Bubs went, y'all. He'll be bike. We got to do the surgery, y'all, on that. And when I said earlier in this conversation that a lot of what the LGBT community deals and dabbles in as it relates to our problems are not unique to the LGBT experience, I be putting the pressure on the heteronormativity of heterosexuals as well, because Black women project a lot of hypermasculinity onto heterosexual Black men. And I'm just like, sis, you can't think that you cute in your daintiness and your femininity and have the nerve to be disgusted when you see those same traits on a man, even if that man identifies as heterosexual. How dare you find the beauty in the way you speak, in the way you move, in the way you be, in the way you exist, and then will be turned off by that very behavior if it's mirrored back to you from either the opposite sex or the same sex, if you're same gender loving. Y'all get these likes up. It's 200 of y'all in the building and only 11 likes. Y'all stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. If you love to emote as a woman and a man is emotional, baby, that should be sexy to you. If you like to take care of your feet, your nails, if you enjoy being vulnerable and having sensitivities, you should also find those same traits attractive in a man. So I don't understand the feminine presenting gay men in our community who find it sexy to be femme, but don't find it sexy or sexual or even a preference for their own partners. I don't understand masculine presenting men who don't find masculinity sexy and preference it in their male partners. I don't understand androgynous and in between acting individuals who also don't preference or find those traits also attractive sexually and romantically in their partners. I don't understand that. I've done that work on myself. I used to be one of those people too. But I had to decolonize my mind and dismantle my thinking and understand that my preference is not informed by necessarily what's natural. It's informed by how I've been socialized. It's been informed by misunderstandings and ignorances and cultural patterns and pathologies. And therefore, I can go into this mind and I can do manual tweaking to everything that I think is me and create space for something else to be. And this is what happens when you take control of your mind and you realize that you're not some as-is individual, but that you've been programmed largely to be what you are. What you are and how you are and what you like and what you don't like is not purely innate, but it's largely informed by upbringing, by environment. I always say when we have conversations delineating between sexual orientation and sexual preference, that sexual orientation is biology. Like these are the things that you are born as: straight, gay, bi, etc. Sexual preference, though, is informed by the culture. For instance, I'm a gay man. I'm a homosexual. I'm attracted to other men. That's my orientation. Now, what type of men I'm attracted to? Short, tall, white, black, masculine, in between, femme, smart, dumb, goofy, aggressive, rich, poor. That's all cultural. And those are the things that all of us, whether straight or gay, have the power to reform, to refine, and to shift. And I fear that with the deficit that we're in right now in this country, as it relates to both the gay and straight community, when it comes to romance and monogamy and how this shit is a feat for all communities, and even finding a decent person, a loving person, a healthy person at this point, a fully available, healthy, viable person at this point, I think we could all use some tweaking.
No shade.
I fear that we actually may be the reason inadvertently and unconsciously as to the predicament and circumstance that the love lives of both the hetero and homo community have found themselves in, that we've operated in a way unconsciously, unbeknownst to us, that's created the stagnation that now exists, that we have for too long powered through in supporting gender roles, in deepening labels, which labels have their place, but labels shouldn't be the be-all, end-all. Labels should be a shallow reference for the sake of reference and organizing society. But labels should not be ultimately used to define any one of us. Because like Bub said earlier, we're all on some type of a spectrum. What I think is tragic is that most of us have never given ourselves the opportunity to exist on that spectrum because we're following very surface data and information that presents itself to us as our preferences. And then we think that that's real and objective, and is actually not. You can actually become attracted to other things as long as it's within your scope of orientation. Like you can't make a heterosexual woman attracted to another woman because her orientation are not going to allow her to venture outside of her orientation. You can't make a gay man straight or make a gay man bisexual, because his or her orientation is going to refine her attraction at the very least to male or to female if you're gay, female if you're lesbian, male if you're gay, if you are a gay male. But the preference, oh, we can do a lot of interesting shit with preferences, baby. All that preference shit that you think is objective, it's not. And the world stage shows us that. Because, are you there, Bubs?
Yeah, I had to switch because my internet had went out, but now it's back up. So my apologies. Go ahead.
Okay, and we know that preference is shallow and interchangeable and moldable and scopable and subjective, because that's why men show up differently all around the world. Asian men operate very differently as it relates to their energy and what masculinity looks like to them. European men operate very differently as it relates to what masculinity looks like to them. African men, Japanese men, like the way men show up globally due to culture has men existing very differently. Asian men are far more softer and docile, just in their general way of being, than maybe a Western black man is, who's a bit more stoic and hard-pressed. You see variations of what it means to be male, what it means to be man, based upon where you're looking in the world, because what we're talking about when it comes to masculinity is not even objective. What we're talking about, even when it comes to femininity, is not objective. But I think where we absolutely have gotten it fucking wrong at is assigning these two universal polarities to sexes and genders. We're all designed to be fluid in those energies. There may be times where a woman may need to employ her masculinity. There may be a time where a man needs to be aggressively masculine. And there's obviously times where he needs to be nurturing and emotionally available and tender and sentimental. These traits should not exist, and we shouldn't be trying to hold on to them due to what sex we are. Life is going to force you to employ all of these characteristics. All of them. And when we don't, this is where we get all the issues at. Why my fucking husband is a man, but yes, I love on one hand that he's masculine, but I can't get this nigga to understand me as a woman. Yeah, because you participate in the system and encourage the system that says he can only perform masculinity. But now you need him to be able to swap out that fucking energy. You need him to be able to soften the fuck up and let you in, or he let you in. You need to be able to have that heart to heart that he can't do, because nobody supported the socialization, because everybody supported the socialization that said, because I'm a man, I can only be this way. And to not be this way means that I'm something else. Maybe I'm weak, soft, incompetent, an incel. Y'all see the way? Y'all see the languages that people use to assault? Men showing up differently. You can't have it both ways. You can't want to be a woman and you exist only in your femininity and then want a man to be a man. But then when you realize that masculine shit don't work relationally, and a man sometimes need to be a motherfucking lady at times. Maybe when he making love to you, he need to soften up, baby, instead of jacking that pussy up like he do. You need him to understand. You need him to employ the capacity to be gentle, to be meek when he's raising y'all children. You don't need him being hard body. You don't need him being tough and aggressive as fuck emotionally and harsh in the way that he moves and bees with them. And also, you don't need a woman who's always in her feelings. And you don't need a man who's never in his. Because we all,
Nah, I agree with that. I was like, come on now. That was
yeah,
good. That
because
was
we all have to swing in and out of the shit. Where we fucked up in society is not swinging in and out of it. Thinking that, no, a man got to be this way, including gay men. If you a top, you got to be masculine. If you a bottom, you got to be submissive and soft. We do the same heteronormative bullshit in our community that the straight community does, but the straight community can't even deal with the system they've set up. It don't even work for them.
Hello.
They're out here at each other's goddamn necks, tearing out each other's goddamn eyes and ears, divorcing the shit out of each other because they don't know how to hear each other. They don't know how to speak to each other. They don't know how to be with each other because they've been so culturalized and socialized to be so separate from each other that there ain't shit we can do together but oppose each other.
And fuck.
Fuck and be oppositional.
Okay.
But have no capacity to get along and to exist cohesively and significantly on the same wave and on the same page. We have to give up the culture. We have to give it up. It's literally prohibiting and hindering both the hetero and the same gender loving, same fluid loving, same all lives matter community. Okay, I'm gonna put a pause on my preaching and let Bubs get up in her.
Yes, I agree with all that. Like, if you go to my YouTube channel and watch my latest video essay on Amir Odom, there is a point or a section in there where I speak to the heterosexual community in reference to how we've been indoctrinated to be before we're even born. When they find out whether you're male or female, again, expectations is placed on you. Boys wear blue, they wear pants, they play with toy guns, they play with GI Joes. Girls wear pink, they wear dresses. Girls cook and they clean and wash everything. And there's never any sort of integration as far as how to access your feminine aspect of yourself. For example, like boys are told, don't cry, you don't cry. And then you wonder why you have such callous men who can't operate in a humane way to give you what it is that you deserve. And because the queer community is learning and growing up in a heterosexual world, we then try to model after y'all, but we also have to deal with what we've dealt with y'all's bullshit since we were young. So when we become adults, excuse me, my mind is racing fast. When we become adults, we struggle, and then those same people turn around and blame us for our own problems, but don't want to have a 360 wraparound ass type of perspective of how we got here, which is why you have people like SaySoTV who is willing to find the actual middle ground in the midst of all of this. We've all been hurt, we've all been used, and we've all been abused, and we're all fighting for attention, and we're all fighting for someone to fix our own problems. Fix yourself first, then you can help the community, because you are part of the community. You make that up. And I just hope that it gets through to people, because there is room for growth, there is room for transformation, and no shade, we desperately need it now more than ever. No shade, because even what SaySoTV was saying, it kind of gives a little bit of perspective to SaySoTVs, because yes, Say So, it could be very abrasive in how he goes about it, which I'm okay with that, because I'm cool with that energy. No shade, I'm like that across the board. But did you see how we saw how SaySoTV was able to break down his perspective of it, but still honor the other side and then find the common area? That is what needs to happen more. And I mean, I'm also listening and getting my life from the conversation. I'm also playing this game at the same time, trying not to die, because again, you can't pause. But yeah, that's what I got for right now. So
Okay, so let me look at my notes. Straight guys are the men that go for EJ. We discussed that. Why I think men but not dating gays, femmes, a demand some barrier that gay men are attracted to man's men, but straight men are attracted to men. Okay, so yeah, because we're probably gonna be here forever if we go through all of SaySoTV's
Points, yeah.
points. But SaySoTV did talk about SaySoTV does routinely kind of, you know, speak to the point that I just made about, well, SaySoTV holds the attitude that the reason why the gay femmes in the community kind of get the shorter end of the stick when it comes to dating and romance is because most gay men are attracted to masculinity. Because that's the world that we were raised in and how we've seen men routinely show up. So that's the type of man that other men expect is a masculine presenting men. You know, America wasn't raising men to be effeminate. If you were effeminate, it's because it was just really innate to you. And no matter how much you tried to perform masculinity, everybody could tell that it was a goddamn performance, or you were so goddamn effeminate that you didn't even bother trying to pretend to not be. But because and to SaySo's point, that's an interesting point, because that's exactly EJ's dilemma. Because when EJ says gay men don't date me, that's why. That's why EJ has to go into alternative spaces outside of so-called same gender loving spaces to find the men that do have the capacity to be sexually and or romantically attracted to EJ. And once again, we've already discussed earlier in this conversation that EJ has to go into those spaces because, yes, a man who is bisexual, a man who is trans attracted, a man who is Gyophilia, attracted to femininity, is more inclined to be attracted to EJ. Because EJ is walking and existing in the likeness of that energy. Masculine attracted to femininity, femininity attracted to masculinity. And I kind of lost my fucking point. So let me look at my notes again, because I was going somewhere and bringing that up. Hold on. I'm not sure this streaming. Oh, okay. I think, yeah, so I kind of discussed this earlier anyway. So here's the thing. And I don't know what SaySo would say to this. I don't know if SaySo would say that femme men, and maybe you can tell me what you think, Bubs. And maybe when we have SaySo on the platform, we can ask, you know, I'll ask him all these things. But
yes,
I'm not sure if SaySo would say that the solution for very effeminate gay men as it relates to dating and romance would be for those effeminate men to either be okay ultimately with being alone, because gay men largely are attracted to masculine presenting men because that's how this country has raised men to be, particularly black men to be. Or if SaySoTV would tell effeminate presenting men to butch up to get what they want. And the problem with that is that even if the EJs of the community were willing to butch it up, if they were willing to masculine it up, could that potentially land them a partner of their liking, another a masculine presenting man? Would it open up dating prospects and possibilities? Maybe. But the only backdrop to that and side effect to that and is that you would have to give up a piece of your authenticity to have that.
That part.
And so ultimately you still end up back at ground zero.
Mm-hmm.
Because nobody wants to have someone love them who knows they're not loving the real them.
Mm.
And nobody wants to be in an intimate relationship as anything other than their authentic self.
Yeah. You're going to be spending the rest of your life or attempting to spend the rest of your life with this person. Wouldn't you want to know who they really are? Hello? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I know that SaySo says that he doesn't sexually and romantically prefer femme presenting men. He says he's cool with femme presenting men, you know, as friends and socially and all of that, and he respects femme presenting men, but he doesn't preference them as it relates to orientation. I mean, as it relates to sex and relationships. But even setting SaySo aside, if we're also saying that these universal polarities, aka masculine femininity, are not exclusive to either sex, which is why we see these energies and mannerisms on both sexes. We see masculinity on women, we see femininity on men, regardless of orientation. If we're also saying that, then we do have to assess why we are disregarding, as gay men, the attraction to femininity as well. Why we are steering away from that, why we're pushing away from that. Now, SaySoTV will probably say it's because, once again, an effeminate man is just going to remind a gay man of a girl. And gay men are not attracted to women. But here's also the problem with that. To be same-gender loving is to be attracted to other males, not masculinity. And so even if you have a femme presenting male, that individual is still male. Just like a woman who is dressing in her baggy clothes, her Timbs, and got her shaved head is still a woman. And men are so, a lot of times, clear about their attraction to women regardless, that a lot of them are attracted to butch lesbians too, or are attracted to tomboys, are attracted even to the women who aesthetically or in mannerisms or in energy are attracted to, show up as masculine. So how much more can gay men do the work to also be clear about the fact that at the end of the day, I'm attracted to men. That's the starting ground. That's the foundation, not per se masculinity. Nobody's born attracted to masculinity. Your orientation centers you to be attracted to a particular sex or sexes. Not the other shit that comes when culture comes into the play, comes into the mix, comes into the group chat. We have brought into the way the culture has influenced our orientation, which then shapes our preferences. And I think that that's killing our community. I think it's killing both communities. It's killing both communities. It's prohibiting love stories, great sex from happening between both communities and members of those communities, simply because people don't even know that their attraction is subjective and is influenced by outside variables, not inside variables, outside variables. So the question becomes then, how many of us are going to do that work? Probably not many. because one thing I've learned as it relates to being an intellectual and somebody who, you know, identifies as a mad scientist, because I unpack the mind and restructure the mind and reframe the mind and reorganize the mind, is that a lot of Americans are lazy intellectually. They're lazy mentally.
Thank you.
Religion also proves that. We're always looking for a leader. We're looking for someone outside of ourselves. We're always looking for a savior. We're always putting the burden on the outward circumstances and always unwilling to challenge ourselves. We, as biological beings, as spirits, occupying a body, having an earthly experience, are no different than the technologies that we have in our hands as cell phones. Do you know that you can program an Android to operate as an iPhone? And you can program an iPhone to operate as an Android?
Yeah.
I literally had my homeboy a few years ago put iPhone software in my Android. And people decolonize and declutter their mind all the time. This is why people can fall away from religion. They can fall away from cultural norms. People break away and wake up and become lucid all the time and take control of their minds. Have radical transformations of the mind, radical transformations of perception. But it's about willingness to challenge what's in you, to apply yourself, to allow new data and information into your spirit that can shape your outward experience. Because all these available, wonderful, eligible, single individuals, and can't nobody indulge in it or make good with it because of fucking stupid ass preferences. That's why I don't feel sorry for none of the single hoes in America. The single gay hoes and the single straight hoes. The single male hoes, the single female hoes. I don't feel sorry because there's not an actual relationship epidemic. You're developmentally delayed. That's the issue. You're intellectually lazy. That's the issue. You want to assert your preferences despite them not working at all. Despite them shortchanging you and shortchanging others. You refuse to actually humanize each other enough to see the potential and the opportunity in all of the community that's available to all of us that we don't get to indulge in because of our personal ideas and our personal beliefs and our personal preferences. Jesus Christ. I'm shutting up.
Jesus.
Anything you have to say, Bubs?
I feel like this is the conversation that needs to happen. I hope that SaySoTV sees this, and who knows, he might possibly react to it, because there's been a few times I've done commentary off of his commentary and he's reacted to it. But I do think that there's a gray area that can really happen, especially if you claim that's what you want to create. And to your point, I'll even say, like, in this regard, in the queer community, physical attraction is seen as like social currency. The more generally or conventionally attractive you are, the more equity you have, if you will. And it's crazy. I remember one of my people in my inner circle, we talk about this a lot, and they sent me a picture of this guy. And this guy looks like someone that No Shade Tyler Perry would definitely cast. Girl, quick, fast, in a damn hurry, okay? Light skin, jawline, tattoos everywhere, hairline on point, eyes, body, everything. In a relationship, and then people would think, oh, well, if I had him, I would just do everything to appreciate and cherish him. And that nigga got cheated on. Even though society said that if you have all of this, you ain't really got nothing to worry about, and that individual got cheated on. At this point, yes, Attraction is something that you can have that's a part of the package if you choose to, because some people are not, they don't really find physicality attractive. But it's more so about who a person is on the inside, because looks will fade. That ass ain't gonna always be as fat. That waistline ain't gonna always be as snatched. Your face ain't gonna be always, it ain't gonna be always tight, so tight. It's not gonna always be like that.
It will.
And then what happens if something happens in life to where you end up losing your beauty? Or better yet, using your mobility. What happens if you can't throw it back like you used to because now you're in a car accident and you can't sling that thing? Don't you want your partner to still love you for who you are?
Can I expound upon that a little bit?
Go ahead.
Because like because you're cooking right now, and what is really boiling down to is the reality. Because see, everybody in this country is fucking delusional when it comes to this conversation around a preference. The reason why preference is a delusional thing to lead from is because what Bubs is in the origins of is a conversation around how every last single fucking preference we have is disposable and going to fade. Whether it be money, whether it be looks, whether it be a particular lifestyle, all these things are subjected to change, dramatic change. Look at how this economy alone right now change. It brought the middle class to the lower class. None of that shit is ultimately sustainable. Not anything long-term can be sustained with so-called preferences. So then we have to ask ourselves an even deeper question. What does it really mean to be attracted to a person? And what are the things that are eternal about what I prefer and should look for in another human being? And to Bub's point, it's not looks. It goes. Your health can remove your looks. Aging is going to remove your looks. And there's going to be a badder bitch, a hotter bitch coming behind you. If that's where your confidence is, if that's where your security is, it's the fact that you look good. No, baby, you look good for now. If it's in your bank account, baby, you're rich for now. You're okay for now. You're comfortable for now. There is no real objectivity within preference. Preference is for children. Principle and looking for sound character and healthiness really should be the only preference that we have. We created the system around beauty and beauty equity. Pretty privilege. Those are all man-made constructs. Those are all social constructs. And we know that because if you take an American person and put them in a tribe called Quest in the motherfucking Middle East, they wouldn't be attracted to those tribal people. And those tribal people wouldn't be attracted to those Americanized people because that's not how they've been shaped to perceive beauty. Even the beauty standards within America have been trendy since America. Once upon a time, fat was a beauty standard because it implied wealth. Then slenderness and an athletic body was considered beautiful because it implied healthiness. Look at your dead presidents. Look at the presidents on the United States, on the USD, in wigs, because wigs represented a certain class and prestige. There are tribes in Africa where they literally socialize the women to be fat. Fat implies that you are fertile, that you can carry children, and a healthy way. Like the beauty standards are subjective. We know this. This is why you'll find black people who say, I ain't attracted to white people. And white people who say, I ain't attracted to black people. Because what you perceive as beautiful is largely influenced by environmental and what's been routinely represented to you over and over and over and over again. If you largely lived amongst your own kind, that's what you're predominantly going to be attracted to. Generally, if you live within a certain culture, wear a certain hair color, a certain skin color, a certain clothing, a certain type of apparel, women carry themselves a certain way aesthetically, men, that all informs what you find sexy. It's not real. It's cultural. That's why we call it a social construct. We created that shit. That's a part of man's kingdom, not God's kingdom.
Ooh.
And we've created a disillusioned, lonely ass society as a result of committing to those constructs. And now everybody here getting flipped right and fucking left on. And don't know where to go to find what the fuck they looking for. And the church is no longer even a goddamn haven.
Hell no.
For that which is well.
Doing it in there.
Baby, y'all better get over y'all motherfucking selves. No fast, no film, bitch, you better get over your motherfucking self. Light skin and good hair, bitch, you better get over your motherfucking self. Bitch, y'all better get over your motherfucking self. Because this is a society that is dying and is alone and is headed to the shitter. There's data that exists right now that young people, like in their young 20s, baby, that they're not even having sex. Sex is dying. And sex is dying because intimacy is dying.
That part. Thank you. Yeah.
The divorce rates are through the floor. You can barely find a good friend, yet alone a good motherfucking man or woman, gay or straight.
Oh, I'm screaming.
Baby, y'all better get over your motherfucking self. Because I'm telling you, it's a lot of people who are going to continue to push the pedal on the culture and push the pedal and doubling down and trying to sustain the system and the matrix and these social constructs, who are not ready to deal with the consequences of this. And we're just in the beginning of the consequence of what we've accidentally done, which has resulted in all of this loneliness and all of this confusion and all of this difficultiness between the dynamics of man and woman, of man and man, of woman and woman. We got some company here. We got Nurse Moonshine, we got Devon, and we got Deshaun. Hey, Nurse Moonshine.
Come on, Deshaun.
Hello, hello. Hey, Conscious
I'm
Crew.
going to have to mute Deshaun. You have some feedback in your phone, boo.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yes, boo. I can hear you. Hey,
are you getting
to the
feedback?
platform? Uh-oh. I think that nurse may have a delay in her phone.
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me? She might got a delay.
Can hear you. I can hear you clearly. I just want to make sure.
Okay, yeah. I can hear you clearly too. Yes.
Okay, hey, perfect. Thank you. Hi, the love. It's been a while. Hey, sweetie. Hey, Conscious Crew. Okay, so I want to say something, and I want to try to be quick because you know how I do, because I want to hear what everybody else has to say. However, I'm gonna be honest. I'm very surprised that this interview with Carlos and EJ has garnered so much attention. Okay, and I want you to follow me because first of all, the subject matter isn't new. So when he was talking, it was like, okay, you know, I've you know me, I've heard all this shit. So yeah, that sounds about right. I know how the rules are. But I just didn't expect for it to open up such a larger conversation. I actually had to read a bitch in the IG comments yesterday about the same interview. And this is the direction I want to take it in because she started talking about the DL thing. And I was just simply offering up a different perspective and just educating her. I said, well, straight presenting doesn't necessarily mean DL. It just means somebody who, based on the way he acts, presents himself, talks, dresses where he is, you assumed him to be straight. But what I have learned in my experience, if you just have a conversation with people and sometimes flat out ask, a person will tell you they're gay. So I was kind of making a point, like, we gotta, you know, there's so much nuance in all this stuff, all this different fluidity, that we got to quit labeling people as that, which is going to bring me to my next point, because you've heard me use the the phrase messy gay boys on this panel before. And I feel like, and you guys made some amazing points. Shout out to your boy. This evening that really like was touching the heart of what I've said on other platforms and publicly and via other avenues before. And it's just like a lot of those phobias and those negative stigmas. A lot of those calls come from inside the house, even within the LGBT community. And the whole I've heard other gay men coin that phrase for me, so I started using it because I just understand what it means. Case in point, that whole messy gay boy thing, and other gays can't stand their ass either. Because it's so problematic. Case in point, I might be the legitimately straight guy. I'm just cool with everybody. I trip out with everybody. I treat everybody with respect. I'm confident in myself. Especially in the younger generation, I'm confident enough in myself where I don't care about nobody seeing me talking to you or laughing with you or some shit like that. Because I'm confident. I know what I am, and I'm confident enough to check them and let them know I'm not, and keep it moving. I'm confident enough to take up for you if it come down to it. But then there's this thing that I've seen that started early in life, of just because a person is nice to you, he got to like you. And so then you telling people this and it's not true. And then it puts somebody in position to have to defend themselves in a way that they really shouldn't have. But damn, I'm just trying to treat you like I treat everybody else. Now I got to like you. Now I got to distance myself from you. Shit like that. I've been seeing stuff like that my entire life. You know what I'm saying? So there's also the thing about just assumptions. And it's like, be nice and you end up being accused. I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's healthy. And I think stuff like that, that continues to happen even in adulthood, which I think is insane based on my observation. It continues to happen. And again, it further adds to the phobia and further causes the wedge. Like I heard somebody say, like, he wasn't mean to me after that, but he was distant. He's a nice guy. He was cordial, but then he just kind of distanced himself because of some shit that he had said, that the guy had said, it basically alluding to that this straight dude liked him. And it was just like, nah, I just treat you like I treat everybody else. If you cool, I'm cool. But then when you open your mouth and you say stuff, you turn it into something else. So that was just another point, a point I've made before, but that was just another point. But also too, the female was talking about EJ. She said something, like I said, I ended up reading her. But, as it relates to the insecurity about DL men, especially as it relates to trans women. And with all these surgeries that everybody is around here having, like I had to point out to the young lady in the comments yesterday, I say, well, I mean, sweetheart, if we being honest, I was just like, you probably feel insecure about the EJs of the word because you match that aesthetic. You're very surgically enhanced. And so either you could be considered one of the girls or one of the girls could easily be considered you. And I think that's I think I've heard some trans women speak on that publicly, but that's a thing. That's a thing. Like, oh yeah, look, I can tell she done had this and that. They're like, wait a minute, is that a she? Because it might not be. So that was just me just kind of chiming in. And I said all of that to say that this topic is so nuanced that it just opens up the floodgates for just a lot of different type of conversation. All the same, I'm surprised it was the interview with EJ that started all of this. And I saw that he must have just recently done a podcast with D-Ray, the comedian. And I saved it. I'll go back and watch it. But
yeah.
I was like, you know what?
I'm gonna tell you why I'm not surprised at Moonshine is because I knew that conversation was, especially that particular part of the conversation, it was going to hit because it's hitting on the timeline of the DL whisperer and the DL, and so now you have this gay man saying that they only go for straight men,
right?
So of course that shit was going to take off.
Yeah, but you're right.
Around, what do you mean straight? What's straight? Like how can a straight man want you? And we're trying to, and this society is still trying to unpack trans women and trying to unpack trans men, and so it's all really relevant to the times in terms.
And also, they should consider the source. You got to think, E.J. Johnson, he grew up in wealth, affluence, opulence. You know what I'm saying? So again, a person is concerned about the rooms that he's in. Who's to say that he's even into black guys? You know, and you may not dwell in those spaces, but you worried about something that, you know, consider it. Think about it. Like I could easily see him not being, especially black hood niggas. Come on. I could easily see him just as he just very well might love that. I could also see him completely being turned off by it because it doesn't resonate with his world.
Yeah, because
You
I said
know,
earlier, he's insulated within a wealth class. So
absolutely.
sure.
I mean, you got Saucy Santana, who's feminine presenting. I've seen him on like hood panels with like hood straight up, but he's also the hood gay dude. So even somebody like himself, that would be a different experience than what an EJ Johnson would have. Does that make sense? We talking Miami versus Beverly Hills. Let's, girl,
And he's in LA. LA is excruciatingly white.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
I got a
It's
question.
cool. Well, that was it. Thank y'all for listening.
Thank you
No
so much,
problem.
Moonshine.
Thank you.
Excellent, excellent talking points. Devon.
Yes, hey, Conscious.
Hey.
How's everyone doing?
Everybody is
Good.
wonderful. Well, what are your thoughts?
On EJ, okay, so my thoughts on EJ saying that he only dates like with straight men. I just feel like that's just not true. Like they're not straight to me. Like yes, you could be like straight presenting and stuff, but to me, to be straight, that means you're with women. Like you're just a DL man.
Okay,
You
so let
just
me ask you
basically
a question then,
dealing
because
with DL men.
before you even go all the way down that yellow brick road. So then, what do you think about the Gyophilia men, like men who are attracted to femininity, and therefore their partners can range from anybody, from a female to a trans woman to a very, very, very effeminate male, who and a lot of times these Gyophilia men don't identify as pan or bi. They do identify as straight. But you know, and I know how they would identify more than likely, but to their point, it's like, well, yes, my partner may end up as an effeminate male because I'm attracted to femininity, but also if that male was not feminine, I wouldn't be attracted to them.
Is that called trisexual?
I feel like he's sexually fluid. It's still not straight because.
Hold on. So is that inherently homosexual? Because to be homosexual is to be attracted to males. If you're only attracted to male if they're acting feminine, then I'm not sure that makes you homosexual or that makes you same gender loving, because to truly be same gender loving is to first and foremost be attracted to male first and foremost. Now, once that male go put on a dress, you might feel away, or if they put on some baggy clothes, you might feel away. But the starting point is male. But for Gyophilia men, they're not attracted to male first. They're attracted to femininity first. And if that male ain't feminine, they ain't attracted to you.
But you can clearly see that, you know, I'm a man.
Yeah, but you wouldn't. Yeah, I'm gonna see you a man, but I'm not gonna be attracted to you unless you're a feminine man.
I get that, but I'm still a man, though. I don't stop being a man because I'm feminine. I will stop being a man.
No, because if you're attracted to femininity, like, okay, so this is what I'm trying to express. Femininity is a point of attraction all by itself. It kind of like can transcend gender and sex. So yes, like I know you are a male, but I am attracted to femininity, and because I'm attracted to femininity, it really limits really your male where you can range energetically, because the moment you as a feminine male begin to start acting like a masculine male, I'm out the door, because I'm not attracted to men enough to still be with you. I'm not attracted to male at all. Therefore, you can't really exist any other kind of way but in a effeminate way, because I don't have my orientation is not men. My orientation is femininity. I'm attracted to femininity, and that means that my woman, if she female, she got to be femme. The minute she start acting like she got a big dick, she gone. That means that my trans gender woman, the minute she starts acting like big dick energy, she gone. If the male, the minute that you start acting in big dick energy, you gone. Because I'm not attracted to matter of fact, I think it's safe to say that a
You're not
gynophiliac
attracted to
male are
masculinity.
actually attracted to female nor male, they're attracted to femininity.
Yeah.
And so because femininity is the foundation for their orientation, it doesn't matter to them that you're male, but consider them homosexual if they're not attracted to males, they're attracted to femininity, and they wouldn't be attracted to you if you weren't feminine.
Well, they're not straight either, though.
I would say they are because this
But that would
why I
imply that
said
I'm a
because
woman.
this
But
why
that
I
would imply
said
that I'm a woman.
this why I said because this why I said all that I said in the beginning. Like this why when I was speaking about me and using me as an example, I was saying I don't have a type. I have been with fats, I done been with femmes, I done been with masculine, I done been with all of the things under the sun, but I can have that type of range because I'm attracted to men. So I'm attracted to all type of men. So it don't.
But conscious, why can't you be pansexual? Why you gotta be straight?
I'm not pansexual because I'm not attracted. I'm not sensually and romantically attracted to females nor to trans women. So I'm not pansexual. Pansexual would give me the capacity to be attracted to a person regardless of sex. My orientation is gay. My orientation is same gender loving. So that's how my orientation is confined. Now, within that orientation, you can be a feminine man, you can be a masculine man, you can be a short, tall man, a fat man, a built man, an in-shape man. You can be, and you can be all type of things, but you got to be man because that's what an orientation is. That's your sexual and sensual and romantic foundation as a person is your orientation. So no, I wouldn't call myself bisexual because I'm not attracted to a person just because they're a good person and we got good chemistry, and I'm not able to see past sex in that way. I'm not able to see past male and female in that way. Now, I have experimented for the hell of experimenting, and I have enjoyed myself in my experimentations, but I call it experimenting because that wasn't natural for me to to be with a woman. I had to manufacture that experience, and it was still a wonderful experience. But what I don't have to manufacture is my attraction to men. My dick is naturally going to get hard when it comes to another man.
Okay.
So are you saying that
I don't even have to think about it. If my nigga come in here right now, butt ass naked, my dick is hard. If my nigga come and rub up against me, it's hard. If my nigga put his lips on me, my dick is hard. If a trans woman come in here right now, my dick not gonna get hard. If a female come in here right now, my dick ain't gonna get hard. She could be coming in this bitch pussy wide open. My dick ain't hard.
Okay.
Because I'm biologically wired to be attracted to male first and foremost. It has to be within the range of male first, but Gyophilia men, that's not the case.
Let me ask you this, Kosh. So you're saying that as long as I'm a woman in his eyes, that's all that matters?
No, I'm saying that it doesn't matter that you are a male or a woman. It matters that you're feminine. Is what I'm saying.
So as long as I'm feminine, that's enough.
For a gynophilia, woman or man, you would have to be feminine. They don't care whether you're trans, they don't care whether you're male or female, but what they care about is the femininity. That femininity is what turns them on. That femininity is what arouses their emotions and their heart and all of that.
So it's all about the femininity for them. Okay, got it.
As long as I'm feminine, I'm considered. So as long as I'm feminine, they can still consider themselves straight. As long as I have feminine.
They may identify still as straight. Yes.
They attracted to me or my mannerisms.
And this is why, like, you would hear even a lot of gynophilia women who have been with other women still consider themselves straight because even the women they dated were masculine. I mean, no, hold on, I got that wrong. So gynophilia is the attraction to femininity. Androphilia, right, is the attraction to masculinity. So you will have a lot of straight women, right, who have actually been with other women, but still identify as straight because even their women partners have been masculine. These would be the kind of women who date like butches. They date masculine presenting females. They may even date a trans man. They may date a cis man, like, but you have to be masculine. So even if they've been with another woman, yeah, but I was with that woman because she was masculine. I'm attracted to masculinity. I'm not attracted to women. Like a feminine, like a lipstick lesbian couldn't come up in here and get my attention and get me, you know, to being with them, because I'm not attracted to women as a whole. I'm only attracted to masculinity. If a woman happens to behave masculine and show up as masculine and present as masculine, then I can be attracted to her. But if she's not, I'm not attracted to her just because she's a fucking woman.
But that's still a niche of women.
Hmm?
But that's still a niche of women. Can we acknowledge that though? That's still a niche of women. Even if they're masculine presenting, that's still a niche of women.
I mean, but what?
But it's a masculine
I'm not
niche of
understanding.
It's no. I'll give you an example. For example, my sister. I would consider her being more fluid because she's engaged to a female, but she likes masculine energy. Her first boyfriend was masculine. Her relationship with other females who were cisgender, same gender females, both masculine. She dated a trans man, was in a relationship with a trans man because they were masculine. So what is being stated is that for some people, it's the energy for them. Regardless of who it is, it's the energy. You know what I mean? And no shade. If other people have that awareness and they find somebody else that has that awareness, that works for them. You ain't got to be in a relationship with those people if you choose not to be. We're just saying that there are people in the world who have that level of awareness. Even me, I dated a person who was in the beginning stages of transitioning, M to F, but they were androgynous in their nature to where it was like, okay, when they put some hair on or had the secondary sex characteristics of what the social construct of woman is, the hair and the makeup and all these things, I was still turned on. I wasn't like, oh no, this ain't working for me. Like, no, that shit turned me the fuck on. So it's just certain levels of awareness. And I get it. For some people, it's just like, okay, well, that's how you interpret it and that's how you see it. And if that's how you want to see it in that way, that is okay, but that's okay for you. It's not for them.
But once again, though, that is pansexual. That is why I gotta be straight. Why was I make it a straight?
Because there are spectrums. Go ahead.
No, I don't want to say that. No, like all of these words have a specific meaning for a reason. So no,
that's what pan means.
Everything. No, pansexuality. Hold on, let's just sort through this because maybe we need to just cleanse.
A pansexual told me that. That's what I'm basing off of him.
Hold on. I'm just gonna go through all of the meanings. Pansexual, according to the dictionary, is a sexual orientation characterized by the potential for aesthetic, romantic, or sexual attraction to people of any gender, regardless of their gender identity or sex. So a pansexual.
Yes.
Hold on. I want everybody to go on mute and just hear it without any interjection so that y'all can get it all. So that means that a pansexual male or woman, man or woman would, a pansexual person can date a trans person. They can date a trans woman, a trans man. They can date another man. They can date a woman. They can date the same sex, opposites. They can date all around the spectrum. Now, let's because see, some of these things may sound like they're the same or synonyms, but they're not. So androphilia refers to a romantic or sexual attraction to men, males, or masculinity, regardless of gender of the person, regardless of the gender of the person experiencing the attraction. It is often described as an attraction without relying on binary gender labels, sometimes including attraction to trans men or masculine individuals. Now, what did you just hear in the nuance between pansexual and androphilia? Pansexual is the capacity to be sexually attracted to anybody because you can just find a point of attraction. You may like a personality. It can be another man. Hey, but we got chemistry. We got electrifying compatibility. I don't give a fuck that you a man. I'll date you anyway. It may be another woman. Hey, I don't give a fuck. Like, we got compatibility. We got, it's electrifying. It may be a trans man, a trans woman. It can be a gender fluid person. I don't care. I think you're hot. We got a thing. So they can date that. But the difference, right, between that and what we just read of an androphilia individual is that they can't date just anybody. Their point of sexual attraction isn't simply aesthetic or if you're physically attractive or if you live up to the current beauty standards or a particular style. They specifically are attracted to masculinity. So no, they're not pansexual because, for instance, if that let's say it's a man, if that androphilia man, like the pansexual, he can be attracted to a trans woman too. The difference is the pansexual attraction to the trans person isn't going to be dependent upon masculinity, but the androphilia person's attraction is going to be dependent upon masculinity. Just like the pansexual, the androphilia man can be attracted to other men, just like the pansexual. But the difference is the pansexual man's attraction isn't contingent upon if that man is masculine, but that will be the case for the androphilia man. Is this making sense? Like,
Yes, but Conscious, you said they were straight. That was still, they would make them androphilic. That wouldn't make them straight.
Huh?
Because you said they were straight.
I'm saying that
people, that's what they're
I'm saying that people who are andro and gynophilia will sometimes self-ID as straight regardless. Now, what we think of that may be something else, but they may think, and ID as straight. And that's why I use the example of how many times in this culture of Divine do women, regardless of having same gender loving experiences, still identify as straight regardless. But they don't allow men to get away with having those bisexual experiences and still identifying as straight. Women do it all the time. A woman may be honest about the fact that she had a little lesbian escapade in college, or she went through a quote unquote gay phase in high school, but then was still ID as a straight woman. Now, if that same woman who's been with women on top of that only dated masculine women and has only largely dated men, then she would be more than likely an androphilia woman, and she didn't like those women because they were women. She liked them because they were masculine presenting. That is what was sexy to her. They're not sexy because they're just women and they have titties and ass or they look good. No, you can't just look good. You would have to look good being masculine to me for me to be attracted to you. The same thing for an androphilia person. You would have to look good being feminine to me. I don't care whether you're trans or whether you are the same sex or the opposite sex. Whatever you is, you got to look good, and you got to look good being feminine. If that femininity is not there, I don't care. What it doesn't matter that you a man. It don't matter. Like, I won't be attracted to you simply because you a male or simply because you're trans or etc. It's the femininity and or the masculinity that is holding the attraction together for that person.
Okay, that makes sense. I guess I was just overthinking the definition when there was like the aesthetics and stuff, and I was thinking like masculine aesthetic, feminine aesthetic.
And let's take it to another level from there, because we oftentimes think that sexual orientation, right, is about gender. The reality is sexual orientation isn't just about gender, because we also have to consider the fetish community, right? Like, there are men who, straight men who have feet fetishes. And for them, because feet is a big point of their sexual and romantic arousal, it's not enough for the woman to just be female. She would need to be female with pretty ass feet on top of that. Just her being a woman in and of itself, just her having all the other parts in and of itself would not be enough to sustain his interest or his value for that woman, unless she came with them pretty ass toes as well. If the pretty ass toes ain't there ain't doing nothing for their dick, and they don't translate to their heart. So we see all this type of compartmentalized orientationing all the time. We tend to think that orientation is simply based upon, oh, you being attracted to male or female. It can be, no, I'm attracted to masculinity or femininity. I'm attracted to certain body parts. I'm attracted to a certain way of them showing up. And if that's not there, then pretty much I'm out.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Class.
Hello.
Class. Deshaun, did you have anything that you wanted to add? Anything you wanted to say?
Okay, here's another one. Okay, so there on TikTok, there's a guy named Jacob. He's a gay man, and he's marrying a woman that is heterosexual, and they're having a baby. They just had a baby together. What do you call that?
Wait, what?
Now
Talking
that's
to them.
difficult. I
Wait,
just threw
what?
that out there. What's
Wait,
that
what?
called? Even
What's the
though
name?
he's gay, he has a baby together with a straight woman, and they're on TikTok, and they have millions of views.
How does he identify? I mean, like, that's easy. Like, how does he identify?
He's saying he's a gay man, but yet he's dating. He's actually he's married to a woman.
Is this woman a masculine?
Nope, she's just a woman, heterosexual woman.
Then it
It's
means
called
that.
lavender marriage.
Then it means that despite him IDing, and this is what I mean by like even labels are very interesting, because a lot of times people will like label themselves based upon their predominant attraction, even if they have the capacity to be attracted to something else. So if you are predominantly attracted to men, but you end up really in love with a woman, you may still identify as a gay man, because this woman to you seems like an exception to the rule. But this is not what you would typically have gone for. This happened because this bitch done work some hoodoo and some voodoo and some witchcraft and done did some freaky, weird ass cosmic shit, and you done ended up in a situation you never thought you would have ended up, because it's outside of your pattern as a same gender loving person. So, I mean, he can say that he's gay, but clearly he is on some type of a pan-bi spectrum. Now, orientation is also based upon like a lot of a percentage. Like you may be 95% attracted to men and then 5% attracted to women. So there's like a small margin of women that you would be able to be with and to have sex with or to have romance with, but it's a very small margin, so small that it's probably barely even recognizable to you until it actually happens. You're like, oh, okay, well, damn, like this is interesting. I didn't know I would end up with you, bitch. But and the same thing across the board. So everybody's orientation isn't set up the same way. Like I feel like I'm one of them men. Like I'm like 90% gay, and that's why I will still identify as gay, even though I've been with women. But because that's rare, few far and in between, and I don't typically date women, and I would have to push myself to have those experiences just for the sake of being a wild ass bitch. I would not feel comfortable identifying as even bisexual just because I can do it, just because I can have sex with a woman, because I predominantly am attracted to men. I want to be with men. I want to only have sex with men, and that's okay for me. So I'm okay with IDing as gay. So it just depends on how people are relating to their own orientation. And it sounds like for this guy that Deshaun is speaking of, he knows he's predominantly attracted to men. So he still feels comfortable identifying as a gay man, but he's with a woman. They have procreated. They're in an intimate relationship. They're in a romantic relationship. So obviously,
yeah, they've been together since 2018. They've been together for a long time.
Yeah, so he's obviously not. He's not. I mean, if we have to get scientific with it and academic with it, I mean, he's not a gay man technically. He either is bisexual or he is pansexual, but he's just predominantly attracted to me. He just happened to have ended up with a woman.
You know what? That's a fair assessment because women do that all the time.
All the time.
They'll have a lesbian relationship. I had a best friend like that. Like she dated a girl for a whole year and then she went back to men and nobody called her bisexual, nothing. She was just straight. So So I can give that man the same nuance. That's fair. I can give men that same nuance.
Yeah, because women do it all the time. Like,
Okay.
oh, this is my first lesbian relationship, and she done spent the last 45 years dating men, and now she's with a woman, and she didn't per se plan on it, or she wasn't per se pursuing that because she was following her attractions to the opposite sex, and then somehow that relationship forges. She wouldn't be either considered a purely straight person, but I could see why these type of people would still ID as either gay or straight based upon what's dominant in them as an attraction.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not bothered by that. I don't think that people are faking. It's like, I get it. You just have to have the perspective to get it. It don't bother me.
And I also want to say this too, like to your point, it don't bother you. You can have a relationship you want. Go find what you looking for and get what you need. Other people gonna find they shit. Be happy for them. I'm sorry. There is not one person that owns all of reality. Like, the only reality that you own is your own. So figure out what you want, and you'll be able to get it. And other people are going to figure out what they want, and they're going to get it. So again, I also understand, like, trying to understand, like, what the big issue is. Is it because some of these people can't get it, and other people are, even though society says that they shouldn't have it anyway? I mean,
no,
you can have that conversation too.
I don't even think that anybody is being is being like, is trying to gatekeep the situation. I think because we live in a society that's really big on labels, that when things look different from the way people are defining it, then people scratch their heads and they're like, well, what is this? To Deshaun's point, this man been gay his whole life, and now boop, he's with a woman. He done been with her for almost 10 years. They got a child, and he's still IDing as a gay man while being with a woman. That would like naturally look confusing to people and be like, well, I don't understand this, because I thought if you're gay, you don't have the capacity to be with a woman. So how can
But then do you see how you also, but do you see how you were also able to break that down, and then people are like, oh, I get it now. Then that's cool. I'm talking for the people who feel like, well, I just don't understand. It's just so confusing after you break it down. It's like, it don't have to be confusing because ain't nobody asking you to get in the shit.
Exactly. But the thing is, that's the reason why it was a gray area, because it shocked the heck out of me, because it's kind of like, how are you a gay man and you're with a woman? You've been together with this woman for so long. You might as well say you're bisexual, because the thing is you're going to go, even though you're going back to a man, you might sleep with another woman, because that's what it is. The problem is like, why can't people just don't have a label at all? Because the thing is, I don't understand why you say you're just gay, or why you straight, or anything like that. Why can't just be people, just be human beings and all that?
Why can't people have a label without it also bothering nobody? I mean, it's like we have to be unbothered in both directions. It don't matter if they do label themselves, and it don't matter if they don't. Because either way, you still get to perceive it how you want to perceive it. And they get to perceive it how they want to perceive it.
Because society wants to control them, and the thing is, a lot of people have, again, the Bible Belt. Like I said, they don't get it, and most majority heterosexual people will say, well, you are confused. You're definitely confused, and the thing is, you're straight with a woman. If you're with a woman, you're straight. If you're with a woman, you're straight, because the thing is, you knew that you wasn't gay in the first place. That's what they will say. I got straight people like that. They will say, you're confused. You're confused. That's all it is. And the thing is, you're confusing everyone else up in here, because you know that it's the natural thing to have to be with a woman.
Yep. Kind of brainwashing.
Everybody who speaks on this, just because people speak on this, don't mean that they speak in any goddamn sense. So just because there are lots of people in these conversations and lots of people saying all type of things, does not mean that everything that's being said is motherfucking valid. Like, we have to listen to intelligent people in these conversations, because everybody is in these conversations. Like, all of society is having the whole sex gender conversation, and people saying people confused. That doesn't make any sense. Confusion is if I don't know if I like men or women. Confusion is not I like both men and women. There's nothing fucking confused. I clearly know that I like both. That's not confusion. Now, just because you live in a binary and religiously infused reality that tells you that only men should be with women and only women should be with men, to you, from the context of your religious and ideological perspective, I look confused because I like both. But how the fuck do I actually factually how am I factually confused if I know that I like both? Knowing something is the contrary to confusion. Knowing is contrary to confusion.
Because
Knowing
it destroys the
contrary
natural
to confusion.
order of life. That's the reason. That's what they believe.
That's factually the case. Like, if I know something, then I'm not confused. By literal fact, I'm not confused if I know.
Like, for instance, like this dude, like there was another one on TikTok. Here's another one. There was a black dude that said he only liked girls, right? And then at the very end, he actually had a daughter with this woman, and now he came out gay. And the thing is, it's like, so he only dated girls, right? And then now he came out gay later on. But he said he only dated girls though. And now all the people in the comments was like, "Oh, the little girl is going to be confused because the thing is, he came out gay and he's being feminine and all doing all of that, doing all of this." Now there was a lot of positive people saying that, "Oh, it's let him live his life and at least he's with his daughter and everything else." A lot of deadbeat dads are not with their their kids or anything like that. Majority of them are saying that. Well, there's a lot of people in the comments that were saying like, these kids are gonna grow up like gay people shouldn't have children at all. It's weird because the thing is, the straight people that are saying multiply and be fruitful, but the thing is, then they want to talk about gay people saying that, oh, gay people shouldn't have children, even though the gay person is with a woman that just I don't know, is weird. Now they're saying gay people shouldn't have children.
I mean, like,
Because you taught them to have children. You taught them to have children. You taught the majority of the time. I don't understand this because it's freaking weird. So why can't straight people just have fucking children that are just they'll be straight and leave the other? Why do they have to focus on gay people to have children instead of having themselves children to have a brother and sister so that they can inherit the family line? Why can't they just do that?
Okay, so
It's
weird.
Hold on, y'all.
I have
Let's
my
actually
headphones
hold on.
It's weird. I don't understand it.
I don't want to be in 50 million living type of conversation. So let's just get all the way back to the original premise here. Do y'all have anything to say about EJ dating straight men, so-called?
I mean, I don't have no problem.
No, I ain't talking about you, Buzz. I mean, like,
my bad.
You already done been up here. I'm talking about to the guests.
My bad.
Do y'all have anything to say about the subject in which we up here to talk about?
Yeah, because we did go off on a little tangent, it was gonna be. It was because you had said something conscious. It made me like think about something about like our spectrum, and because I felt like being gay was. It's funny how people treat it like growing up, but it's like not to go off. I'm not going off on like a tangent, but like people picked up on my femininity when I was very young, and people always just assumed I was gay, but I never really like gave being like straight a real chance. And I don't really think I find women unattractive. So it is like a spectrum. I do feel like it's a spectrum.
Are you saying that you don't find, I mean, you do find women attractive, but you don't find them sexually or romantically attractive?
Yeah, I don't think so, but I've always like, because this whole gay thing has been like pushed on me so much. It's like, I feel like, well, not pushed on me, but like, because I've been so hell-bent on being gay and gay, this is what I am, and this is what I am, men, and masculine. I was one of those like heavily, strictly masculine people. Like I know femmes and stuff. I was strictly on that path, and just now recently, I've been embracing, being more open. I've been allowing myself to love different kinds of people, opening my heart to different kinds of people. I dated a trans woman last year, and that was one of my longest relationships.
Conscious, so you hear that?
So you are. All I do is a Devon's phone is doing a Morse code as usual.
Yeah, I'm hearing beeping noises.
Yeah, that's a
beeping
Devon's.
noises. Hold on, I'm gonna have to take my wait.
It's like doing bit.
It's
bit,
Devon's
bit.
phone. It always do that when he up here.
You could put it in your videos when you're doing the
Come on, Bobs. Bubs,
I'm just
come
playing.
on now.
I'm just playing.
That's just the hobby. Gosh.
That's a good one.
LOL. Do I
So
sound better? I put my headphones off.
yeah, I don't hear no feedback. So you are attracted to, or can be attracted to, some trans women, which is why you're questioning if you might have the capacity to be attracted to
Yeah,
a biological woman.
the trans I did it last year. Like, you know, she's very, 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 very early in her transition. So I'm talking like not even like in hormone therapy yet. So it's pretty much given like femboy. So I guess that's why I went on with it. But you know, my mom was asking me like, "Are you bisexual and stuff?" So and it made me think. I had to really sit when I really sat back and asked myself like, how do I really feel about women? And it's like when I look at women, like I don't think they're ugly, attractive. You know? Yeah.
Are you on a earpiece?
No, I took my.
It's still a Morse code. It's still Morse coding, girl. It's still communicating with ET.
Do. Oh, it's probably the reception.
It do that every time you come up here. So where the hell are you in the wilderness?
Child, it's giving Boost Mobile. Don't judge.
Boost Mobile is solid. I done had Boost Mobile for years.
I've had it too, but every time I tell people about my StreamYard, it'd be like Boost Mobile.
Yeah, I think it's something probably got to do with, for whatever reason, your phone's
It
connection.
really, and it just starts to beeping out of nowhere. It wasn't like that the whole live, was it?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, you supposed to say?
I just ended up tolerating it.
Is it like overbearing?
It's just
a little
obvious.
distracting. A little.
Yeah,
bit.
it's not
a little
overbearing, but it's there. And we need it to not be there because when other people want to react to our content, they're not gonna want to do that because of the interferences.
Yeah, so I should probably get off.
I'll try to go out and come back in and see what happens.
Okay, I'm gonna try to get off.
All right, I'm dropping it again. Anybody who wants to come up is allowed to come up. Deshaun, what are your thoughts on this whole gay men also don't date EJ? Do you think we got a problem in our community when we don't want to date the EJs of the community?
Well, the thing is, I think everyone has a different flavor of gay people. Everyone has a different flavor. It's like, I think it's because, I don't know if it's because of how EJ presents or how he looks. The thing is, he's androgynous. You know what I mean? And I think it's because it depends on what club he was going to, that it made, because I heard him say it made him feel like he's not welcome in there. It's like he knew it. I mean, he was also saying like we can do a kiki here and there, but then it's like it made him shift over to straight men because the thing is, because of how he looks when openly gay people, you know, when they're openly gay, it's like, oh, we don't want to mess with him.
This might help to make it make more sense because he was kind of talking in a jumbled way. But what he was saying is that like in gay spaces, he doesn't have sexual and romantic desirability in the eyes of other gay men. So all he's able to do is socialize in gay spaces with other gay men. The only men that EJ says is attracted to him are men that for whatever reason EJ deems as straight. But I assume that EJ more than likely meant masculine more so than straight, because obviously EJ is a male and identifies as a male, even though EJ lives from the feminine. So I'm like, well, obviously, if a man is with you, either these men are bisexual, or they are pansexual, or they are Gyophilia men. You know, but he was saying like it's not until he's in so-called non-gay spaces that men elsewhere are sexually, not just socially attracted to him, but sexually and romantically attracted to him. But my whole point earlier to that was EJ is assuming that because these men coming on to him in so-called straight spaces are straight. That don't mean that they straight, because bisexual men occupy straight spaces too. Trans attracted men occupy straight spaces too. Pansexual men occupy straight spaces too. Masculine presenting gay men occupy straight spaces as well. So, you know, it just seemed like, I'm not sure if EJ knew that they were not using language intentionally, which kind of led to a lot of conversation from social media, because it was like, okay, I'm hearing what you're saying, but it sounds kind of incongruent, or it didn't really make, it didn't make sense to some people. But I think because I know how confused people are, and even as an LGBT person, a lot of LGBT people don't use the language properly either. They kind of just talk in a casual way and talk in an everyday kind of a way. They sometimes don't even realize that, okay, like I'm on a podcast, I need to speak more intentionally and more specifically, and I need to be more intentional about the words I use, because I know that this is going to go out into the ethers, and I need to be clear about what I'm describing and about what I'm implying, about what I'm meaning. So yeah, I think that was EJ's issue, is that EJ wasn't being intentional, and EJ probably also doesn't even have all of the vernacular and all of the concepts to accurately paint the picture for everyone else.
Yeah, because when I first saw him, I went because I watched a girl named Sabrielle, and she was talking about, because she was actually mentioning him. And then, in the very beginning, she was like, okay, so what do you think, ladies? There's a gay man up here named, Johnson. And he was talking about, like, he wants a masculine man. He doesn't want no gay man. He's trying to take your man. He's trying to actually take your man. Because the thing is, he don't want no gay man or anything like that. So what is your comments down on the down underneath? What do you think about what he's, because I'm gonna play this clip, and he's gonna say what he's gonna say, because he was saying that he doesn't really want gay men over there,
We
talking
heard
to
it. We don't
him.
really
And
So we heard it.
yeah.
I played
So
it. But see,
so
I think, I don't know how y'all feel, but y'all can tell me. But as I said before, because I don't think he's speaking intentionally, I just think that what he means by straight is actually masculine.
Right.
Do I think that EJ would turn down a very masculine passing, masculine presenting, gay identifying man just because they are also gay? Hell no. I think that what EJ means is, like, for EJ, it seems like straight and masculine kind of maybe a little bit synonymous, but because of the spaces these type of men hit on him out of, such as a straight. See, EJ is deciding that it's a straight space. It ain't, the name of the club ain't straight. The name of the bar ain't straight. The name of the hub ain't straight. And EJ is making an assumption that the spaces that EJ is in is so-called straight spaces. And you know what? I'm actually kind of now aggravated, because EJ actually should be I don't like when public figures who have a lot of social equity are sloppy when they go to occupy the microphone, because obviously their words create impact. And if you're going to speak about a certain thing and a certain way of living, like, all public figures need to be more responsible and intentional, because this could have been a very educational moment in this interview between Carlos and EJ. And this interview could have been used as a way to further conversations, even though it's doing that anyway. But it just could have been more accurate and precise, but it created a lot more confusion than anything else, because EJ was just being a person up there on a microphone talking like they on the phone, like with no type of social awareness, and once again may not have even been that educated anyway to even understand the layers of their own experience with the ability to articulate that properly. So I think that's what's happening, because I don't know if I don't know if I believe that EJ really believes that these men are straight per se.
He
EJ,
should.
you know, we
Hmm.
went to private school. I'm sure that EJ can't believe that the men are straight. And because he didn't say that these men were specifically Gyophilia, then I'm just like, obviously, if they're not, baby, these men are just bisexuals. And they may have more experience with women than with men, but that doesn't make them straight just because you may be there first, or you may have been
Hmm.
there third, or just because you may have been there second. That doesn't make them straight, because once again, we just also had a conversation about how people's attraction levels are very different. Like, just because you're
Hmm.
bisexual don't mean that you're 50-50 attracted to both sexes. You may be 95% attracted to women, 5% attracted to men. You may be 70% attracted to men, 30-40% attracted to women. I have an ex. Now, we were able to end up in a romantic relationship, but my ex largely never got into relationships to men because he was only sexually attracted to men, but he was romantically attracted to women. So a woman is who he ended up marrying. A woman is who he ended up starting to having his family with, but he fucked on niggas, and he was sexually attracted to women. I mean, to men, but he was never romantically attracted to men. So that's how compartmentalized and nuanced
Yeah.
sexuality can be too. So, but
I
then
think what he should have said. I think what he should have said though is like he should have said that, yes, I'm attracted to like masculine men, just kept it right there. Because when he was saying like attracted to straight men, I'm like, oh, really? Like, I don't know.
straight men come on to me. It's like, oh, yeah, like,
I don't know. I mean, that's you're throwing it a little bit too out there to the public like that. Like,
But back to
and I
the
mean,
other,
like I said, yeah, I'll go ahead.
but back to the other question, Deshaun. What? Because my heart broke for EJ when EJ said, "I don't date gay men," and honestly, gay men don't date me. Do we have an issue if we're not attracted to the EJs? Is that a
Yeah.
No,
problem?
no, there's no problem. I mean, everyone has everyone likes, different things of what they like, everyone like what they like, it's not like you know, it's like a patrol, like, oh, you need to like me or else or whatever, you know what I mean? It's
I
like,
think when it
okay,
gets to a point to where you have to make that the absolute standard for everybody, I think that becomes a problem and an issue. Because the queer community can be very vain when it comes down to what it is that they want and what they desire, and then when they finally get what they want and they desire, it's still not enough, or it wasn't enough to begin with because it was just purely superficial. So if I
yes,
mean, there are people out there that can do both. There are both men and women that can do both. That can be in their masculine and feminine energy, and it still can be sexy.
they
You know what I
say
mean?
EJ
There
is
there are
crazy.
heterosexual men that don't mind a women being dressing more in a masculine appearance. I mean, look at the people who liked the Aaliyahs of the world and the Totals of the world, all of them dressing up in masculine clothes. It
Right.
was still desirable. Janet Jackson still desirable.
The brat.
Like the brat
E.
The
still
brat,
there's plenty of men, there's plenty of
TLC.
cisgender men right now that still be trying to fuck lesbian women after they told them no. Still be flirting, still be, damn, you don't want to try. You know what I'm saying? So
Hey,
I
media.
just feel like people should just figure out what it is that
Hey,
they like, and that's it. Girl.
Hey, how's it going?
Hello, hello, hello.
Welcome to the panel.
hello, hello. Let's talk about it. Good Lord. So I was confused when he said that off the bat. I'm like, what the heck are you
Hmm.
talking? And I
Hmm.
also thought the interview tried to make his point shot, shoot his shot, and it just went down the left field. I don't know. That's
Oh,
what
so
I thought happened.
Carlos King was hitting on EJ.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like. Like he tried to be professional, but asked him, do you want to go out with me? Because you never see EJ with a man plus ever, if you notice.
Hmm.
Huh?
Think about it.
Did it? Because I didn't see the whole interview. So did it look like EJ was considering or flirting back or open to
He looked
whatever?
like he was interacting with him until he said that part. He said he don't really date gay guys because gay guys don't date him.
Mm-hmm.
So then he brought up the straight topic, and then that's when the interview went left field to talk about something else.
Are you straight? Are you gay? Are you male? Are you female?
I am female,
Mm-hmm.
but my mom knows me. She like, even though it's against your religion, but she know I go both ways.
Okay, so okay. Nice. So when
Like,
you heard EJ say that gay men don't want him, do you think that that's a bad reflection of the community, or you think that, I mean, hey, that's just how the cookie crumbles, everybody not everybody type?
I think that's with himself, because the public think gay should date gay and straight with straights, but sometimes people got preference that cross the line of boundaries. So you end up with both people liking both gender or one or the other gender.
Mm-hmm.
So most importantly, you got to pay attention. It's like, do I feel like I want to be with a man or do I want to be with a woman? And then everything else just follows. Well, we gonna see what happens.
Yeah, because maybe I want to be with, because maybe I don't mind being with both. I just want to find a good person that loves me and I can love them, and I don't care whether they're
Exactly.
male or female.
And
Mm-hmm.
most importantly, they want to know, like, is I'm safe with you? Most of the people in the group want to know they safe. Because lots of times people have pow because of, being exposed and types of, things that they was doing down low and open. Some people don't want everybody to know. They just want to keep it between me and you, and that's it.
Okay. Because when I reflect on EJ's sentiments, I'm a little bit saddened by that, and I'm not really sure if I'm okay with that, because I know even as a people of color and melanin, we are actively challenging certain issues that are prohibiting people from feeling beautiful and feeling attractive and being seen. We are challenging colorism. We're challenging fat phobia. We're challenging all these things in order to open up appreciation and attraction and value for other human beings beyond the way their body is built or the way their skin color is or the way, etc. So when I hear EJ say, but gay men are attracted to me, I'm just like, I think we got some work to do then, because at the end of the day, EJ is still a man regardless. And
Yeah.
and and if a lot of femme boys are having an issue with getting access to romance and getting access to dating in that way, then they ain't got a problem getting access to sex, because everybody can get sex at this point. Anybody who wants sex can get sex, but the problem seems to be people can't get the commitment they want, and they can't get the commitment they want from who they want that commitment from. And I don't know. I want the same gender loving male community. I want us to challenge ourselves. I mean, I don't have that problem. I'm attracted to femininity in men. I'm attracted to masculinity in men. I don't really care about those things, but I know that maybe there's a huge sector of our community that can't see past femininity on a man because they're just not used to that, and that reminds them of a woman, and they're not attracted to women. And to some degree, I guess that's understandable, but it just still makes me question, like, what are we really doing? Because even if a man is acting like a girl, he's still not. Especially if he identifies as a man. He's still not a girl. He's still a man. And when you strip it all down, that's what you're going to get at the end of the day. It's going to be two men in bed. Even if he likes to put on his lip gloss, even if he likes to put on his heel, even if he likes to be gender fluid, even if he likes to change it up, he's not trans. He's just a gay man that presents effeminately, but ultimately is still a man. I don't know. Some of these preferences just seem like they are just, I don't know. Some of these
a lot of these terms is crazy. A lot of these terms is crazy. The terms. And I'm blaming Demi Lovato's. It's the terms. Because we didn't have this much complication. Either you like who you like, or you a she and he, or you straight. Now it's just everybody wants a whole bunch of terms to describe themselves. And sometimes it get confusing, and sometimes it be like a hit stick, if you know me. So it's like, how can we make it work? People understand I'm gonna like who I'm gonna like. But at the same time, by me being colored, I go through so much for liking who I like. And it become a problem because they see it as bad enough you got black skin, but you out here dating this person, that person, doesn't look right.
But I also think, and to your point, like, I feel like one part of it is that a lot of people just want simplicity. And I mean, that's completely understandable, especially in the world that we live in today. We would want things to be more simple so we can have some sort of grounding. So I understand that. But I do think and believe that because the queer community that was once underground now has the ability to like rise and ascend and find out who the community is, and more importantly, find out who we are outside of what heterosexual people have told us that we are. A lot of these things pop up because I've even heard in the queer community, again, like for example, Amir Odom, another content creator, he's very confused about the trans experience, the non-binary experience. But the problem and the issue is that there is information out there that can help people to understand the basic human decency. You know what I mean? Even some of the things that, yes, like you stated, back in the day, it was easier to possibly grasp, but even that was kind of toxic in a way. Because like you stated, like, because of the color of your skin, there are already all these things placed on you anyway that should not be. And it's not because people don't have the information. I just feel like there are people who are willfully ignorant and want to harm or prevent other people from living their life. Like, if people were to just figure out what works for them and get that, a lot of people would probably be happy. So, I mean, all that does make sense. But again, I do believe there is context and nuance to that, to the symptom of why all these things are what they are. Does that make sense?
I agree, because you could be happy. It still deals with prejudice in all sorts. So it's like, how can I have a good relationship, but here comes somebody coming out the blue saying you should not be dating that woman. Here I'm leaving the bank. Oh, you should not be leaving that bank because you don't got no money. Or I could be leaving an all-white school. What you doing going to an all-white school? You're black. You deal with prejudice. That's how you deal with it. That's what it is. And you got to educate yourself on how can I give a positive reaction with the shit I am dealing with. How? Because you're going to go through so much things in any relationship. But is this relationship making me feel safe? So,
and that's a key point, is to definitely be safe in any and all relationships. And then you also, especially if you're a part of a marginalized group, you got to have the confidence to still be who you are, because there is going to be natural opposition to how you show up and who you choosing to love. So anytime that you're doing anything that's unusual or anything that society considers abnormal because it's not a part of the status quo, it's not what people typically do. Anytime that you're being unusual or non-typical, yes, there's going to be backlash, but you don't have to still take anything away from your own life just because other people are going to have a problem with it. You still get to show up as who you are and love who you want to love and let people be mad as hell about it. But you definitely have to be strong enough to deal with that, because that's not for the faint of heart. To be somebody that's going against the grain and everybody is like trying to pull you back into conformity and pull you back into normalcy, and people are threatening to not love you anymore, to not support you anymore, to not be there for you anymore because of your choice to choose whatever it is you're choosing for yourself. That definitely is not for the faint of heart, but it still can be done. And belief in self is necessary. And to definitely be a part of a marginalized group, you have to be strong by default, because the world is already set up to judge the fuck out of you, control the fuck out of you, critique the fuck out of you, and to badger you and bully you and harass you about who you are. So, but I got some intel for you guys too. Apparently Funky.Neva has entered the group chat, and Funky.Neva has some sentiments regarding Carlos King's interview with EJ. So let's check this shit out.
Please do. I'm confused.
Carlos on text message that I was a little pissy with him because he didn't challenge some of this. And one of the questions that I would have asked is, if you pull straight men, then are these men willing to be seen in public with you? And then if they are willing to be seen in public with you, then does that kill the whole fantasy of them being straight, or does that defeat the whole purpose? And I'm here to tell you.
Well, first of all, he don't even have to ask that question, because EJ clarified and stated in the interview that they are not going to be a secret, and that this person has to be okay with themselves. Now, if they still choose to be discreet, they ain't got to wear it on their head, but they can't hide either. So I'm not sure if Funky.Neva had listened real well to the interview, but EJ definitely clarified that they can't be a secret, and that whomever the man for him is has to be comfortable in themselves. Now you can be comfortable and be discreet, but you just can't deny who you are. If you want to preserve that information for your friends and your family and people who love and respect you, and you don't want to like lead from your sexuality, that's perfectly fine. But no, you can't be a secret. We can't be a secret. You can't be. I'm not going to be in a down low relationship at this point. So Funky already is asking a question that was already answered in the interview. But let's continue to listen.
And if that is the case, sis, you do deserve more. You deserve more than that. Now, I completely sympathize with you and empathize with you, because I know your experience in the gay club. The girls probably ain't been checking for you. But when you pull these straight men out of these straight places, like, are they willing to be seen in public with you? Then the second thing that we have to ask ourselves, EJ, is because number one, let's just stop calling them straight. They're on the down low and they're not comfortable with their sexuality. And you can dress it up as, I don't want to hide behind labels, all you want. You can dress it up like that all you want. But the fact of the matter is, they're not comfortable with their sexuality because they're not out. And they're not out with you. And they're in the straight places. Okay, so is it the thrill? Does it make you feel good that, you know what I'm saying? Oh, he looking at her and he looking at me. And you know what? A lot of that is deep-seated trauma, in my personal opinion, that I'm not qualified to diagnose. I feel like a lot of that is deep-seated trauma, in the sense that, you know what I'm saying? You even said, I don't like gay guys. It always bothers me. It always bothers me to a degree when.
And how I interpreted that is EJ was equating masculinity to straight and femininity to gay. EJ was basically saying, I'm not attracted to other feminine guys, and those guys ain't attracted to me. I'm attracted to straight guys, and those are the guys that are attracted to me, aka masculine men, who obviously are not straight per se, but masculine nonetheless. And those men, because there is a lot of self-hate in the queer community, there are a lot of straight presenting gay men who still like to tuck away in straight spaces because they have self-hate in themselves. They like and want to pass and want to fit in with dominant society. So masculine gay men will dwell in so-called straight spaces or wherever the general public is. And these are probably more than like the men that EJ is running into while he's thinking that they're straight. He's like, no, baby, they're not straight. That's just a masculine presenting gay man who's in a straight space because maybe that's his social preference. Maybe he also likes the goddamn cocktails there. I don't know. Or maybe he is a self-hating, same gender loving man who has the privilege to pass as a straight person and don't want to openly associate with gay people because he don't want to deal with the consequences and penalties that come with being outed and people knowing his tea. I mean, who the fuck knows, right? But my point earlier was that just because these men are in straight spaces don't mean that they are per se straight. And it sounds like EJ may be just assuming that they're straight because these masculine men are coming on to them in those straight spaces. And once again, I don't even know what that even means, like a straight space, because like Walmart don't say Walmart for straights, and the Cardi B tour don't say the Little Miss Drama Tour for straights. So what does it like? I don't know any I don't know a straight space. I know spaces where the general public is like general, like in general, people go to bars. In general, people go to clubs, and in those clubs and bars may be straight or gay or pan or bi or trans attracted individuals. Like, I don't know what that means. Straight spaces. I can't look in the yellow book or Google a straight space to go into. Like, these are just spaces that the general public occupy. So, and that's what I mean. Like, EJ did really irritate me because it's just like, girl, you created more confusion around things than what was necessary had you just spoke more intelligently and spoke more intentionally. Even though ultimately everything that EJ is saying it's like it's harmless because it doesn't really matter. It's like it's not like it's harming per se anybody, but it's just like, child, you're a public figure, and these conversations are already hard enough to unpack for the general public, and you coming up in here doing all this on Carlos King's microphone just ain't making no better. That's for damn sure. You ain't hurting nobody, but you ain't making no better either. And now we got Funky, a self-ID gay man who just as goddamn confused as the straights is about what the hell is EJ up there talking about.
Did he express the same thing too?
Huh?
Did Funky express the same thing too? I remember he gave an interview a while back saying that he has also messed with straight men and people you would not know who was gay. So I was like, okay.
And see, he probably did use that type of language, but I'm glad he cleaned it up because that's what it really was, is that like men that people didn't know were gay because they could pass as straight men due to being masculine, because ain't no man with Funky that neither straight either. But that word just get thrown around so loosely, and that's what creates the whole like, what are we talking about here? Y'all just be throwing words around and words have meaning, and it would be nice to use them in their context so that we can just forward the understanding and be more precise when we speak, since we are just having these conversations. But I just hate that so many people just have a microphone and just say any goddamn thing. But
feminine of the community say shit like, I don't like gay guys. Because I am pretty sure that there is a shit ton of masculine presenting proud gay boys out there for you to date.
I said that.
But you're not being 100% honest in your pursuit and in your preference for these straight types. You're not being 100% honest, EJ. And the reason why I'm able to say that without even knowing you is because this disease runs rampant in the gay community, especially amongst the feminine type. Oh, I got my straight, he's not straight. And then y'all wear it as a badge of honor. Oh, you know, he got a wife, he got a girlfriend, he got kids. You know what I'm saying? And I guess it makes y'all feel fishy. I guess it makes you feel like a woman, that you got a real man, because he not with that gay shit. He don't like that gay shit. He don't be over there with the gays. Just like I hate gays that say I don't hang out at the gay clubs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the straight presenting gays that get all the straight privilege
just talking
because
about
you don't know that they're gay, and they say things like, I don't hang out in gay spaces. Yeah, because of the straight privilege that you have. And I told Carlos on text.
Okay, so it's on that he really got into some things. I may have to go watch that in its entirety. Do y'all have any thoughts? Bubs, do you have anything to say so far about Funky?
I mean, what he's saying, I mean, I can somewhat understand, but I feel like you kind of cleared it up pretty much. I don't think, if anything, I would just be reiterating what's already been stated.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Hey, anything?
I agree. I agree with everything both you and Funky Diva have said. It's like, pretty much, you have gay men you could date. It just is they attracted to you. And not only that, EJ, you are tall.
Yeah.
Wherever you want to be. So it's like, how can they pick you up, wrap you around, etc., etc. You know where I'm going. I'm just being honest. Like, you is a big one. Like, what they gonna do? Who you looking for? The Rock? Or Schwarzenegger? Like, which one? D. Howard or something? But you need someone who can manage to handle you as a person. As well in the bedroom, you know what I mean? So that's my point about it.
Deshaun.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So I'm gonna tell you this for EJ. EJ, I know that you have a preference. I know you like only straight men, but the thing is,
oh my God,
you're gonna miss your soulmate that you actually was gonna actually strive for.
Yeah, because
and you're gonna miss all the opportunity.
Deshaun. That soulmate is Deshaun.
And that's what it is. Like,
you better go get your man, Deshaun. You better go get your queen, right? You better go get your queen.
To be.
Bubs said he like him, an old, tall, feminine bitch. Bubs, just right up your alley, actually.
Yeah, that too. You know what I mean? We can tag team together, right, Bubs?
Well, see why get included in the tag teaming? And girl, if I'm gonna tag team, you can send my tag team down payment to Cash App $Consciouztv. Then we can talk about it. Now, once I get that Cash App, girl, then we can have a conversation about threesomes. But you gotta put down the down payment. Hey, it's gonna be a threesome. I'm gonna get paid for my damn.
Like I said, I got the essential oil down. I got the essential
just for charging y'all for me to even have to store it.
Listen, I got the essential oils down. It's called it's a mushroom or something. It's like infused in oil. It has that little zing to it, like when it rubs all over your body, it gives you that, that sexual, you know what I mean?
Baby, the
So that's
Sean
all
got
it is.
all
There's
the
Micah too.
but I
baby,
All of
also
he
it.
want
got
my
all that exotic
but I
shit down
also
there
want my
ready for
Cash
you.
App to ring as well. So,
Baby, the Sean got all
baby,
that freak off equipment, girl.
well, put the T.S. Madison said, "Get your money at the door." Mother Madness
Right.
said, "Get your money at the door."
Baby, y'all fuck around with the
And,
Sean, girl. Y'all ain't
yeah.
gonna even remember the night before, girl.
Listen, y'all beautiful, okay? Y'all all beautiful. You know what I mean? And it's like,
Hey,
it's the
You gonna need
energy
that for
exchange. I don't know what it is. It's like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like an attraction to me. It's so beautiful to me. I don't know what it is.
Deshaun trying to get
It's
somebody to snatch his cat back. Bitch wanna snatch the cat back. Dun, dun, dun. I wish I never let you hit it from the
tell
back.
y'all that
Listen, I
Sean
feel
is giving
complete. I
it.
do.
The Sean is giving it right now, baby. He's giving it.
This already a tackle right now. He's already go. All I need is a word.
Baby, the
All
cat
I
is
need is a call. I'm there.
the cat is purring tonight, girl.
Marcus, I have on no
Listen,
panties.
listen, I'm like Eartha Kitt. I'm like Eartha Kitt. You already
Shaving in
know.
panties. I already know. Eartha Kitt with the mushroom oil, girl.
Oh,
I think we are
Now I know what you mean.
oh, oh my God.
I think we are concluded. I've
Yes,
had enough.
we
Oh my God.
You go
Listen,
shower.
That's
You go
funny.
shower that down, Deshaun, in a cold
Yeah,
shower.
cold
Okay,
ice, cold ice.
so
I
unthought out.
so
listen,
bad.
listen. My friend that's on Instagram also has a liking to me. I decided like let's just add bugs into it too. Like we both
Period.
agreed on
You
it
gotta
too.
talk to me
Period.
about this.
You know,
Three's a company.
Girl, I need to know.
I,
Consent.
All here about that.
Girl.
Consent, baby. Deshaun plan on drugging y'all hoes up, baby. He got the exoticals
No,
down there.
I don't want the Epstein. I don't want the Epstein treatment,
no,
please. No,
there's
thank
no
you.
Epstein. It's all organic. It's all
I'm
organic.
sure he
Trust
said that
me.
too.
It's
I'm
all
sure he said that
organic.
too.
It's organic. There's no
Why you having
weird
some
sedatives or
buzz
anything
on?
like that.
Baby,
Nothing at all.
Why
Trust
you
me.
having some buzz on? That's a tingle.
what type of freaky ass Deshaun got in them goddamn
Listen,
cavities down there?
listen. When I saw those Grenadians rubbing those girls down and all that, I said, "Oh my God!" Like
The
it was the
who?
Grenadian. Okay, so I saw this on Instagram where those Grenadian men was rubbing them down and everything else with the exotic oils and all
I
that.
saw that on
It's
the
like, why not? Let me just try it too. So that's the oil is
Oh, you
waiting.
tried it. You tried it. And you took it home. You said, I love every moment of
He enjoyed the touch of his own hand.
it.
Now that's what the fuck I call self-love.
You said that's a good sell. What I'm talking about, let me get another bottle.
I ain't mad at it. And the words of TS, bro, if you can't turn you on, then who can?
That part.
If
I'm
you
gonna
can't,
get myself
if you
out of
can't
this.
activate you, baby, who can? Keep yourself
The
activated.
sound of fully hands is his name.
I love that for him. I
I'm
love
about
that.
to.
That is funny.
I'm so.
Bubs,
Oh, it's funny.
Oh,
you need to handle that, Bubs.
oh my
Huh?
God.
You need to handle that.
You said
He
handle
ready.
that?
I said you need to handle that. He ready, girl.
I already said send the Cash App, girl. You can get it. Dollar signs, Consciouztv, girl. Once I get the cash app, girl,
Girl.
well, you can get your order. You can finally get your order fulfilled, bitch. Girl. Once you pay for it at the kiosk.
How much he need to spend?
Huh?
How much he need to spend?
He know what he need to spend.
Ain't no cheating to be talking about. We get that now, son. 250 for us.
Oh, wait, let me see. Where's Conscious? Conscious.
No. Wait.
Conscious say I'm recording this. I'm not in this.
Where's Conscious?
I'm just subscribe to document history.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. You gotta send that oil in that cash out.
Sean, you ain't even listen to what I said.
Oh my god.
Nope. He's still stuck with the oil in his.
Oh my god. There. Voila for both of y'all, because you made my night. So here you go. Y'all made my night. I swear. You give me
Let me get my phone.
life. You give me life. I'm telling you.
You sent mine to the wrong thing.
Oh,
Crystal said, "What y'all smoking on? Laughter? You just crazy."
My gosh.
I'm
Yep, there
Like,
it
what's
is.
going on? We just joking. We just having fun.
Oh.
They been getting to the spices. Yes, we have.
Who is this for, Deshaun?
Huh?
Who was
What?
this for?
Which one? What do you mean? Oh, you're talking about the one I sent you?
Yeah.
I gave it to you for you made my night and the things that you did and the platform and everything else. Like it's just, for giving me life here, for making me ascend, you know what I mean? So that's for you.
Here you go, Angel. Thank you so much, baby father.
You're welcome anytime. And
Bub that you were
I gave
sending
you
that other payment.
Oh, I gave him the payment. It's on his Cash App.
No. It was supposed to go to my Cash App because his Cash App down.
What?
Yeah. So he can't
You
get
can
that
retract it.
He can't get that coin.
Cancel.
Okay, so how do I get this money back?
Welcome to it, media, because I don't know how to retract money.
Report it.
Oh, you got to report it?
So you go to the send and report. Yeah, and they should send you back the money. Then you send it to SayTV again.
Yeah, and then I'll send it to the Cash App. His where he got it going at.
Wait.
Him.
He got two Cash App. One is down, one is worth.
You be here talking and guiding.
Who?
Lord, are you in here?
So I go to report an issue, right? This payment was a mistake. Yeah, and I'll put in this payment was a mistake. Continue.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Send it to the wrong person. I'll press that, and then I'll just like this.
Right.
Request refund. Done.
That's it. And then you probably got to wait like 3 to 5 days, but you get your money back.
It's gonna take a few days.
Yeah, because it's like they had to do the research and investigation and all that. Yeah.
Okay, well at least it's coming though.
Yeah.
Oh, you back?
No, I was here the whole time. I was.
Oh.
I hear what you were saying. Everybody was talking.
Nobody was talking. We said Bud like 73 times.
I didn't hear my name. I'm sorry. I
Baby
didn't hear.
father over here in distress. Oh,
I didn't hear my name. My bad. I'm sorry. My apologies.
Dang, your baby father was trying to send you coin and cash out.
You ignore.
Girl,
Wow.
My God. Okay, we gotta get out of here, y'all. Thank you. I love y'all so much. I thank y'all so much.
You're welcome. Anytime.
Yes.
No
That's
problem.
Deshaun and our media new post. This was amazing, you all. This was amazing. I love this for us. Bubs, any final thoughts?
Yes, I enjoyed the conversation. It was good. I'm kind of curious to see how SaySoTV might react or respond to it, because it would be dope to have a conversation with him publicly.
Yeah. I'm gonna get him over here. He's supposed to be coming over here any day now. Hopefully next week. So yeah, I'm gonna be tugging on his wig. Get him over here. We love you guys. This was a great discussion. It was supposed to be only 45 minutes, but of course,
that's what he told me.
3 hours and 20 goddamn minutes. If you guys enjoyed the show, do all of the craziness of it all, y'all already know what y'all can do. Thumbs up, please. You can Cash App and PayPal. And remember, if you want to donate to Bubs, send it to my Cash App, but put 4 Bubs in the note, and I will get that over to him. Email me or the T. Follow me on Instagram and leave your comments below in the replay gang. And make sure you guys follow Bubs and SaySoTV. I link both of their channels in the description box below. And I will check y'all later. Bye.